Asphalt. It's not something we think.
Southern Utah, the anticipation has been building. It's Region 10 football back under the lights on a Friday night. The matchup you've all been waiting for. Get ready for Region 10 football. It's time. Incredible. Beautiful high arcing throw right into the hands. What a catch. He levels the boom. Big run, Daddy. Oh, what a catch. And it's in for the score.
Region 10 Game of the Week on Fox Sports Southern Utah.
Hello and welcome into the Game of the Week on a Wednesday night from Crimson Cliffs High School. The Crimson Cliffs Mustangs hosting the Cedar Reds on this senior night for the Mustangs. Tonight is a big one here in Southern Utah. It's Caden Formaster and Keith Curtis. Keith, how are we doing today?
Doing great, Caden. Here we are, another senior night, short week. What a great night for football.
A little Wednesday. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It's a little weird to be here, but I kind of like it. The thing is, we got to go to work tomorrow. We don't get that weekend, man.
That's true. That's true. But, you know, let's make this a positive thing, not a negative one, you know. Yeah.
Let's do it.
But, you know, we got Wednesday night football, Thursday night football, Friday. We got football all the way until Monday night now. We got 5 straight days. It's fantastic.
It's great. That's very true. Tomorrow, of course, we get a little bit of NFL to sprinkle in there, so it's fun. It'll be a good time during this week. So, hey, well, we're getting things started off here again. It's Crimson Cliffs Mustangs taking on the Cedar Reds tonight. Now, the Mustangs fell last week to the Dixie Flyers. The Cedar Reds fell last week to the Desert Hills Thunder. Both of these teams looking to bounce back from that. Now, Crimson, that was their first region loss.
Yeah.
So big hit for them because now they have to win tonight if they want any chance at a region title.
Yeah, this is a big game for them. Not only that, but it also solidifies a first-round bye in the playoffs for them. As far as the RPI rankings go, it'll kind of lock them into that number 2 seed. I would assume that Desert Hills ends up pulling out the victory tonight. But, you know, it's a big game. Plus, you throw in senior night, and it's a short week, not a lot of preparation time. So there's a lot of factors that could come into play tonight that could be unexpected.
That's very true. That's very true. A lot of factors can come into play in this game, and we'll have to see how this one plays out here. Now, it's kind of strange. This is the last regular season game of the year, and you know, last season around this time, we were already having some games that were starting to get a little chilly. We're still in the 80s today, so good football weather, really. I can't complain about it.
No, it's fantastic. I see you're sporting the long pants tonight, but
I did wear pants.
I'm still in the shorts, and it's 85. I'm enjoying this. I'm milking this as long as we can get it. So I'm not complaining one bit.
You know, I was standing in my closet, and I was getting dressed this morning, and I will admit there was a debate in my head between pants and shorts today, but I went with the pants. Well, I might rock the shorts tomorrow, though.
It's a little cooler up in Enterprise, so I totally get that.
When I leave my house in the morning, it's 40 degrees.
Yeah,
so it's completely understandable. Well, again, both these teams coming off of losses, not necessarily where you want to be last week with a loss, but obviously one of them has to come out with a win today, so it's going to change some things around. Of course, with Crimson Cliffs being towards the top of the region, they are the favorites in this one. Nolan Perry's Power Guide has them up by about 2 scores over Cedar, but here's the one thing I know about Cedars, they don't back down.
Nope, they fight, and you know, you've kind of seen a pattern with them. They may struggle 1 week or maybe 2, but then the next week they rebound, and so I would not be surprised if they come out. I mean, it's their seniors' last regular season game, and you know, we're at that time of year that every snap, every possession is very valuable, and you never know when you're going to get to have another one. So I expect to see a full-out, great effort from the Cedar folks, and I think it's going to be a lot of excitement tonight. High scoring. I think it's going to end up in the high 20s, if not higher, because both teams can put points on the board.
Right, they absolutely can. Well, appreciate you joining us here on the Fan Sports Network for our Findlay Subaru pregame show. Part of our pregame show today, earlier, right when we got here to the stadium, I had the chance to talk to Coach Olofupo with the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs to see what his thoughts are on the season so far, and kind of looking forward towards the playoffs. And so here are some of his thoughts on that. Hey, here with Coach Olofupo with Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Coach, last home game of the season, last game of the season. How you guys feeling coming into this one?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's tough on a short turnaround week. I mean, we've only got one practice in, and so had to do a lot of mental preparation and trying to recover and get the kids ready. So we feel good.
Now, you guys have had a great season, kind of looking back. So far, so good, but you got playoffs coming up. What are you telling your guys as they're getting ready for these playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, right now we've got Cedar to take care of, and so we got to take care of that and see if we show up. And I think the boys are itching to get back on the field after last week's loss, and so we'll see how they respond after a loss. So you want to go into the playoffs on a good note, and so we hopefully finish that off on a good note, and if we can pull the win out and go into the playoffs on a good note, and then get ready for that March.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Hey, appreciate it.
That was Coach Wayne Olofupo for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. What do you think of that? Some of his statements there.
I thought it was interesting. He said, we'll see if they show up, because he doesn't know how they're going to show up on a short week. But he knows it's a very big game for them and the seedings, and they want to be region champs, so I totally get that. But he'll have them ready. I know he'll have them ready, especially after getting upset by Dixie last week.
Yeah, and that's definitely a big part of it, right? Is making sure that the team is ready, and it's hard when you only have one practice coming in on a short week. So, and the thing is, though, both of these teams are coming off of short weeks, right? So they that's always going to be part of the struggle. Is it's not just one team, it's both of them. How does Cedar bounce back from this? And this is their second road game in a row. It's a little different for them. They have to hop on a bus and drive an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like some of these schools where, if they're playing against, if it's a Crimson Cliffs and Dixie game, they're just driving across town 10 minutes, right? That's not much of a travel. And so with a little bit more of the travel, the student body's probably not showing up to cheer you on from the sidelines as much. Being on the road for Cedar is tough. It's got to be a little tough for them.
Well, and you throw in fall break, so they don't have school tomorrow, so a lot of families will take off and go out of town, or, kids won't come down and support because, they've got a long 5-day weekend, so it's it's going to be interesting to see, but I fully expect a really good effort out of the Cedar Reds tonight. And they've played some great games. If you recall, they played Dixie 25-24.
And they played Snow Canyon really well, too.
Snow Canyon really good. So they know what they're getting into tonight. I think they're going to be well prepared, and I think you're going to be surprised by the effort we get.
I think so, too. I think we have a lot to expect from Cedar. Even last week, Coden Lunt, quarterback for the Cedar Reds, he was putting it right on the numbers, putting it right in their hands, and the receivers were having a hard time holding on to that ball. So in some ways, he was kind of doing his job. The receivers, need to hold on just a little bit more to some of those passes, and it's tough. He's got some zip on it. I get that. That's not always the easiest thing to do. So there are some good things going on there. On the other side, on the defensive side, you have Bryson Bennett, who's a force.
Oh, he's got over 100 tackles on the year. The guy's a beast. Of course, if I put the two last names together, I think that's Coach Bennett's son.
It is Coach Bennett's son, yes.
So it's a good thing he is making all those tackles, or he'd be hearing about it at home, if you know what I mean.
Hey, maybe like father, like son, right? You got one football mind to another, because he definitely has the football mind for it. He does some good stuff down there. So that's one of those things that Cedar's going to rely on, is a little bit of defense right now. This Crimson offense, they have two running backs that can get the job done, and Chris Jansen and Topalian. They both run the ball really well. On the receiver side, they've lost Jordan Eaton. He's out right now with injury. He's not dressed on the sidelines. In fact, I just said a quick hi to him as I was walking by talking to Coach Alofapo, but I should have stopped and asked, hey, what's the time frame on this? But I didn't get a chance to do that. So hopefully, hopefully they would love to have him back for the playoffs. But again, Barbin is stepped into that quarterback position and has played that really well. They have a lot of solid receivers. So this Crimson offense is going to be tough. You're going to need guys like Bennett on the Cedar side to put a stop to it.
Yeah, you are. It's going to take a pretty big effort. But, on the Cedar side, they got a few guys we need to give a shout out to. They got a number 5, Tyler Ogden. He's got 63 tackles on the year, 2 sacks. Stockton Albrecht's over 50 tackles. So they got some players over on that defensive side that can put a head on the ball and really cause a disturbance on the offensive side. But I also wanted to point out for Cedar, they got a running back. He's got over 100 carries on the air. He averaged over 6 yards a pop. That's Devin Crenshaw. So you got to keep an eye on him. They've got some weapons that we're going to have. Well, I'm sure we're going to call their names out a lot tonight. Yeah, we definitely will. There's a lot of talent on that team, and I'm excited to see what they can do. Again, they've taken it to some of the best in the region. They played very well against Snow Canyon, came up short. They played very well against Dixie, another good team, came up just short. Yeah. They beat Pineview. They beat Hurricane. So they've done what they need to do in a few games this season and got very close in some others. A few plays away from being in contention in this region, which is crazy. And I know last week we saw, hey, you know what? Yeah, they got blown up by Desert Hills, but guess what? So did Dixie, and Dixie beat Crimson. So you just never know. So, anyways. Let's take a break. We got National Anthem coming up here shortly, so we'll take a good, let's say a good 4-minute break, and we'll be back with more after this National Anthem coming up here on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu
Bo's
tab.
Auto Parts would like to thank you for your continued support and coming to them for your auto parts needs.
And now, welcome to the Region 10 Game of the Week on Fox Sports Southern Utah.
Welcome back in, everybody. It's the Game of the Week here on the Fan Sports Network. It's Caden Formaster and Keith Curtis. We are broadcasting live here in St. George on 99.5 and 95.3. And, of course, since Cedar's playing today, our Cedar frequency up there in Cedar City is 93.1. So thank you for listening to us there. If you want to watch the game live, you can do so as well over on the fansportsnetwork.com, where we're streaming this game. So head on over there, watch the game live tonight, and check in with us that way as well. We appreciate any of our listeners and viewers that way. So before we get too far into this again, in our Findlay Subaru pre-game show, wrapping things up that way, this is going to be a fun one, Keith. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I expect a high-scoring game. And first of all, we got to give a shout-out. 3 seniors tonight singing the national anthem. Bo Moy, Ethan Beecher, and Conley Ulrich. They sing the national anthem, and all 3 are starters on the football team. They sounded awesome, so congrats to them. But as far as tonight, I think we're going to see, can that Crimson defense bounce back from last week's upset at Dixie? And for Cedar, I put down they got to start fast. If they can start fast and hang on, I think they can push this one to 4 quarters.
I think you're exactly correct about that. I think that's 100% right. Making sure that you can push this game through the whole game, right? You got to stay in it 100% of the time. So, well, it looks like Crimson was able to win the toss. They elected to defer until the second half, so they're going to be kicking off to Cedar to start things off here. So the Reds will get the ball. The Reds, ironically, in the whites, and the opposing team in the Reds. Crimson wearing the red jerseys, and Cedar in the whites.
Go figure, right? You would think it would be opposite.
Shout out real quick to some of our sponsors for tonight's game. We have Nets on Fire, Jersey Mike's, Bear Paw, Cache Valley Bank, Findlay Hyundai, Hearst Ace Hardware, Wilkinson's House Lighting, Morgan Pest Control, You First Credit Union, Bo's Auto Parts, Jason Baum with Bay Equity Home Loans, Holbrook Asphalt, AWP Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Fabulous Freddy's, Rally Stop, UD Associates, and Findlay Subaru.
Yeah, we want to thank our great sponsors. We've had a great year so far, and we couldn't have done this without their support, as well as our streaming partner, Region10Sports.tv. We're grateful for all they do, and the camera people that we got working with them. They do a fantastic job, so thank you.
Well, here we go. Audenschott taking the shot downfield, and it's going to be a touchback, bringing it back out to the 20-yard line. So the Cedar Reds will get things started for us here as we hop into the action. So that means we will see Coden Lunt, quarterback, step in and take control of this Cedar offense.
Yeah, Coden on the year, just to give you an idea of some of the stats he's been able to put up for Cedar. He's got 64 carries, 400 yards rushing, 6.25 yards per carry. He's passed for 1,348 yards, 60% completion. So he's going to be a handful tonight.
back in the gun already to get things started. It's going to be a handoff to Crenshaw. Crenshaw across the right side, tripped up after a short gain of 3 or 4. They'll give him about 3.5 maybe.
Yeah, again, nice job by Crenshaw. They spread that out and try to get the Crimson defense flowing running over the play, but they did a nice job of tripping him up. If not, he would have had a big gainer.
2nd and 7. Again, a fake to Crenshaw, run it up the middle is Lunt, and he's going to be taken down right at about that line of scrimmage, maybe a loss. They'll put him right back at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he held on to it a little too long. I think if he gave it to Crenshaw, he had better numbers this time around, but he decided to keep it, and nothing was there.
So again, 3rd down, 7 to go. Snaps away, Lunt to pass. It is picked. Picked by number 97, Rowan Williams.
Yeah, big Rowan Williams. He just dropped back into the flat. He looked like he was going to blitz, but he dropped back, went right into the zone. It was like a throw was right to him. Great job by Rowan, and here we go. Crimson's in the red zone, or almost in the red zone.
They're getting close to that Cache Valley Bank red zone as you're watching that Holbrook Asphalt replay. Crimson Cliffs offense.
Caden Rowan Williams, he is number 2 on the team in tackles so far in the year. He's got 53 tackles, 3 sacks, and now an interception. And he had a great game last week against Dixie. We were calling his name all the time last week.
So this Crimson Cliffs offense comes out onto the field for the first time with beautiful field position at the 24-yard line in Cedar territory. Steele Barbin in the shotgun. Behind him is Mason Topalian. So first down, hands off to Topalian. Topalian takes it across the right side, gets it inside that Cache Valley Bank red zone off of the U First Credit Union first down. So, hey, you know what? Good change of events right here for Crimson. You're in the red zone now. Can you capitalize on that?
Yeah, it's all about putting that ball in the end zone and getting an early lead here on the Cedar Reds. That was a nice little counter play that time. Big 74. That was Traxon Jessup. I think they call him the tractor. He was leading the way on that, and they got 5 positive yards, bringing up a 2nd and manageable situation here.
Ball set right on the 20-yard line. Just above 10 minutes to go on a 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Barbin takes a snap, looking to pass. Rolls out to his left, still looking to pass. No pressure coming towards him. He's just going to run with it. Big tackle coming in for a short gain. That was number 26 for the Reds. That's Jake Ellis on the
Ellis.
tackle.
He's just a junior, but he did a great job just mirroring the ball carrier there, and did a nice job. It was great coverage downfield too. All the receivers were covered up. So again, good defense by Cedar. Boy, if they could get a stop here and hold them to a field goal attempt, that would be huge.
Yeah, ball in the 19. It's 3rd and 5. Ball on the left hash is Barbin in the gun, takes a snap, looking to pass, sticking in that pocket, plenty of time, gets the pass off to Topalian. Topalian across the 15 down to the 10, he's at the 5 and in for a touchdown. Mason Topalian gets the first score on the board. Here's your Holbrook Asphalt replay.
Boy, Caden, they didn't get much pressure at all. He had at least 8 to 10 seconds there and finally found Topalian out in the flat. And then he just outran the linebacker and sprinted into the corner of the end zone. And just like that, Crimson Cliffs is up 6-0.
Going for that extra point is Ottenshot, the lefty kicker.
The ball just looks different when it comes off a lefty, doesn't it?
It does. It's strange. It's like looking in a mirror.
Oh,
and it's blocked. The extra point is blocked, so it will stay 6-0. Mustangs over the Reds on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard.
Well, it does look different, especially when it gets blocked like that.
Hey, you're right.
Well, we thought we might see some fireworks from both teams tonight, and just like that, within a couple minutes, we've seen it. So 6-0. Let's see if Cedar can respond. And I know it was a little tough sledding, unfortunately, against Desert Hills last week. They were probably hoping for a little bit quicker start, so they gotta regroup a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll see what they can do here as we head into our UD and Associates kickoff. Again, our second one so far of the night for Crimson. Now, so far, so good as far as a clean play goes. We haven't seen any flags yet tonight, and we already got points on the board, and that's always what you'd like to see.
Yeah, I'd much rather see points on the board and no yellow hankies.
That's for sure. Kick is away, and it is a good one again. Goes into the end zone. Touchback out to the 20. Well, again, Mason Topalian gets that 19-yard touchdown pass to start things off here.
Yeah, and from Barban, that's his 23rd TD passing on the year. He only has 6 interceptions, so great ratio there. Almost 4-1.
Snaps away. It's going to be handoff up the middle. It's Crenshaw.
Yeah, it's tough sledding up in there. Yeah, big number 99 Hawes was in there, and again, our guy 97 was in there for Crimson Cliffs, and they're going to have some tough sledding in there. They got big Parker Andrews 54 in the middle of that defense. They're a little beefy up front.
Yeah, that's true.
They got some good size.
Snaps away. It's handed off again right up the middle. Crenshaw for a short gain. About 2 more yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Well, you can see what Cedar's trying to do. They're using the run to try to set up the pass, and you can see why Crenshaw's got over 100 carries on the year. He's a good-looking running back. He's only a junior, too, Caden. So we'll be calling his name a lot next year as well.
Three receivers on the right, one on the left. Coden Lunt takes the snap, looking to pass. Gets it off into the flat. Good game, but not quite enough to Connor Hardman. That'll bring up 4th down and about 2, maybe a yard.
Boy, that was great coverage by Bryson Phillips out in the flat. And then the corner came up, number 2. That was Tyson Marshall to lay the lick on him to stop him. Looks like they're going to try to go for it.
Go for it on 4th down. And the flags come out. It's going to go against Cedar, too, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring the punt team in now.
Yeah, they jumped. Yep, false start is being called against Braxton Haskell.
Just got a little too anxious there. Big Braxton wanted to get it fired off and try to get a little edge there, but unfortunately got a little too excited before the ball snapped.
So the snap is away. The punt is off. Almost looked like it could have nicked the fingertips, but it's going to be caught by Tyler West. Receives it at about the 50. He's close. Put him at the 48 is where they'll put him inside of the Mustang territory. So Mustang's looking to cross that 50-yard line.
That was really close, Caden.
But there is a penalty. Was the penalty before the kick or after is the question.
I think it was before. He lined up off sides.
Oh, so they're going to have to redo the kick again, aren't they?
But Cedar may turn around and go for it because it'll be...
Because it was against the defense, right?
It'll be 4th and about 1.5.
Yeah, it should be back to that 4th and 1.5 again. Well, they put the punting unit back on the field.
I guess they thought better of it.
The official... All right, they're just saying, hey, you know what? It's fine. So Tyler West again back to receive the punt. A lot less pressure on the punter this time. Tyler West fair catch at the 36.
Boy, Caden, if West would have looked up and not called for the fair catch, he could have caught that and probably gone 15 yards before he would have been touched. Yeah.
Well, hey, if you're Cedar, you're in a little bit better position right now defensively. Instead of being on the 48, you got it down to the 37 is where they officially spot it. So that Crimson Cliffs Mustang offense back out on the field.
Well, yeah, for the Reds, you gained 10 yards on that, so that's definitely in your favor. So I was a little curious to see if they were going to go try to go for that again on their own end there, but smart call that you play it's a little too early to start desperation like that.
First Credit Union first down here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Snap is away. It's a handoff. Taken up the middle. Topalian spins out of it. He's got some room to run. He's past the 50, down to the 45, just carrying people on his back down to the 40.
Boy, he just saw a little crease, and there was a contact right at the line of scrimmage by number 76 for Cedar. He was able to get his arms down Lane Houchin, the young sophomore, but Topalian spins out of it and gets another 20 yards on top of it. So a great run by Topalian.
Into Cedar's territory now at the 40-yard line for another First Credit Union first down. The Mustangs rolling. Barbin takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Pressure coming at him. He rolls out of it. He's going to run with it. He's past the 40 down the 45. Slides at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him about the 33. So great job that time. They got good pressure on him. Cedar did on Barbin, but he was able to elude it and roll to his right, and then he just slid down without taking a hit. That was smartly done by Barbin. Picked up 8 positive yards. Cedar's only rushing 3 guys, so they've got plenty of time, Barbin does, to scan the whole field. And there was good coverage downfield by the Reds, but Barbin, because it was man-to-man, he was able to pick it up.
Barbin on a quick pass outside. Receiver tripped up, but not after he gains that first down. It was Luke Childs on the reception. So First Credit Union first down puts the Mustangs at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I was coming up to the booth, Caden, and Childs was talking to his dad, and he said, "How you feeling?" He goes, "I'm going to have a good game today, Dad."
Snap is away. Pass is on the ground, but there's a flag intended again for Childs or Connor Kell, both kind of in the area. But let's see what this flag is as the officials will confer.
You know how you're saying there weren't many hankies on the field?
I jinxed it.
Yep. Now we're going to be here for 3-4 hours tonight.
I know it. That's fine. What else would you be doing on a Wednesday?
Yeah, really. That's true. Oh, they're waving
it off, whatever it was. All right. Well, so then we'll say it's 2nd and 10 now after an incomplete pass by Barbin.
Looked like they were trying to do a little quick wide receiver screen there, and Barbin just kind of one-hopped that in there like a...
Well, the defense read it really well.
Yeah, that's true.
He had a Damian McGarvey that was kind of in on that on the defensive side for the Reds. They read that screen well and kind of broke it up. So hand off to Topalian, who takes it up the middle. Good gain before he's wrapped up and thrown around and down by Aiden Poua.
Yeah, Topalian found a hole on the left side. It looks like we got an injured Crimson Cliffs lineman down, number 66. That's that's Conley Ulrich. He was one of the guys that sang the national anthem, and he's coming off gingerly there. Hopefully he's not dinged up too bad.
In those scenarios, you kind of hope it was just a little stinger and he can get back out there. But it will bring up 3rd down, 2 yards to go, 5:37 left on the clock. It's 6-0 Mustangs up on the Wilkinson's house lighting scoreboard. Snap is away. Fake the handoff, pressure getting to him, and he's taken down. That's number 24 for the Reds, Jaden Orr on the sack.
What a great play by Orr. He came off the left outside linebacker spot, and they didn't touch him, and he read the play perfectly and dropped Barbin for a huge loss, taking him out of field goal range. They're going to try to go for it now, 4th and about 10.
Hey, you know what? Your offense has been doing good things. Right now, you've got that 6-0 lead. You are well within territory that, hey, this isn't bad territory to let go of a 4th down if you have to. So snap is away. Pressure coming. He's got to get a pass off. He does. Anyone in the area? No, he throws it out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover on downs. That Cedar pressure really getting to Barbin there.
Yeah, that time that was the outside linebacker, Jacob Ellis, came on the blitz, and then Barbin eluded him, but then number 76 for Lane Houchin, he put the massive pressure on him and forced Barbin to throw it out of bounds. So Cedar gets the turnover.
Good defense there. You know, when we're looking for our Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game, sometimes it's these moments early on where you make those fourth down stops. And when you need that crucial part for your vehicle, head on into Bose Auto Parts today. They have every crucial part you need for your vehicle. You First Credit Union first down. Coden Lunt takes the snap, looking to pass, gets the pass away.
Nice move.
Taking across the right side, takes a hit and forward, falls forward enough for the first down. It's Trayden Elliott.
Boy, Elliott caught the ball out in the flat, just out in the left flat there, and then he made a juke move on 2 different Crimson players and made them both miss and picked up 11, 12 yards. So great play call there to start this drive. He's got a little shiftiness to him.
Yeah, he does. Snaps away. Passes off, too. Pretty good gain there for Hardman. Connor Hardman on the reception.
Yeah, that's just a quick catch and throw there by the big tight end, and they pick up 5-6 yards. So interesting, they tried the first 2 series running the ball to start. This series, they've come out throwing.
Snap away again. Up the middle is Crenshaw. No gain on the play. We're going to 3rd down, 5 to go.
Yeah, just no room in there. Again, number 54, Parker Andrus. We'll probably call his name a lot tonight. He just plugged everything up. There was no going there for Crenshaw.
Reminder again, it is 6-0 on the Wilkinson South Sliding scoreboard. The Mustangs got that early lead with a 19-yard touchdown pass to Mason Topalian to get things started. And the Reds looking to come back from it. They made a great defensive stop recently and marching down the field again now on this drive. It is 3rd down and 5 for the Reds. Lunt in the backfield, ready to take that snap. Snaps away, back to pass, dropping back, gets it off. Crenshaw is there, but the defense is as well. Number 42 for the Mustangs kind of wrapped him up there. Yeah, that's Braden Phillips.
That's well read by Phillips. He saw the lineman pulling out to set up the screen, and he just waited for him to catch the ball and dropped him immediately for a 2-yard loss. So a great play, and just like that, a good drive stalls, and they're going to have to punt it away again.
Brings in Tyler West to receive the punt for the Mustangs. 2:48 left to go here in the first quarter. Punt is away, and it's a good one.
That's a nice
Gonna
punt.
fair catch it again. He had some room. I don't know why he's not taking some of those. He could get, even if it's 5 yards, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, he had at least, I would say, 8 to 10 yards there that he could have picked up. Again, that's the second time we've mentioned that he could have got some a little more positive yardage there. But with that said, they're going to start at the 23.
Good field position here for the Reds defense. They've done a really good job of, if they can't make the play happen, that punter's got a good leg and he's getting it into good position for them over there. So snap is away. Connor Kell takes it on a little touch pass. He cuts inside, tripped up.
There, the
flag is on the play.
It looked like there was a hold on the outside there on that little push pass, and you could hear our friends from Cedar saying, "Hey, that's a hold over there," and they got the flag on it, so they got it. Good call. They're just making sure the refs are paying attention out there.
Yeah, keeping them on their toes. Brings the ball back. It'll take it all the way back down to the 12, it looks like, 13-yard line. 13-yard line. So first down again, a First Credit Union first down, but way back.
Yeah, they got a long ways to go now. What, about 23, 24 yards? That's a long way to go. A lot of field to try to pick up there.
Snap is away. Barbin rolls out to his right, passes away, and it is incomplete.
Boy, that was great pressure coming from the outside linebacker position again. That was number 24 for Cedar. That was Jaden Orr. He's just a sophomore. He got really good pressure on Barbin, and then there was great coverage by number 2, Damian McGarvey, to make sure that Crimson didn't catch that ball.
All right, so second down and 20. Big field to go here for the Mustangs. Barbin takes a snap. He's going to hand off on a draw. It's Christiansen. He gets taken down after a gain of about 5, maybe 4.
Yeah, that was a good play call that time. They let the rush get upfield from Cedar. They slip him the ball on the draw, but a great shoestring tackle by Jacob Ellis, bringing up 3rd and 14, 15 yards now.
Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Still 6-0 Mustangs.
You know, if Cedar could hold them right here, they could get some good field position.
Yeah. It's a good first quarter for the Reds to only hold it to one touchdown so far. Pass up the middle by Barbin, wide open. Has Connor Kell for the first down. Big play on 3rd and 15.
That was a great throw that time by Barbin. Put it in the right spot. They blitzed the middle linebacker, and they threw the ball right where the middle linebacker would have been. And great job that time by Connor Kell to just hang on there. He's not feeling too good after that one.
No, he kind of took a little bit of a shot. Not much of one. In real time, it didn't look like anything egregious, but
no, he was falling backwards.
He was already falling anyways.
Yeah, right. And the number 17 for Cedar, the Ammon York, he was the free safety. He just came up and hit him with his shoulder, but I think just the momentum of him falling down and getting hit at about the same time has shook him up a little.
Yeah, he's getting back up again here, so he looks like he's in pretty decent shape. And again, that's Connor Kell.
Yeah, they'll take him off to the side and say, okay, how many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah.
You know,
they'll take a good look at him, and if he's good, they'll send him back out there in a few plays. We'll see. But
back in my day, they would have taken the old smelling salts and shoved it up in your nose.
And you just been, I'm awake. Let's keep playing.
No, in all seriousness, you know, anytime there's a head shot or a shoulder shot close to the neck like that, you got to be extra careful. And we're glad he got up and walked right off. So.
Yeah, they got him sitting over here on the bench, kind of doing that eye test, looking him right in the face and saying, "Hey, you good?"
Yeah, that's good.
Snap is away. So is the pass. Has his guy down past the 50 to the 48.
Yeah, that was a nice job.
Good play.
Barbin just rolled to his right. Now they're trying to go no huddle. Up. Yeah.
Snap is away by Barbin on a first down. Barbin passes it deep. Does he have his guy down there? Tyler West, it's overthrown.
Boy, West kind of stopped his route for a half second, and that's what threw the timing off. Barbin had him down the sideline. They tried to fake the wide receiver screen on the near side and then went deep on it and just went over the top of West.
So 1:04 left on the clock. The clock stops with the incomplete pass. Again, we're still hanging out here in the first quarter.
Wouldn't be surprised if they went after Adamson here. He's kind of their deep threat. This is a place on the field where you could easily get a big shot.
Yeah. Snaps away. Barbin gets the pass off and a short gain to Luke Childs.
Well, that was just a little 5-yard hook route. I think they're just trying to get as many yards as they can to make it more manageable here on 3rd down. My guess is that if they don't pick it up, they'll go on 4th because they're kind of in between right here on their own 44. Or I should say they're on the Cedar 44, sorry.
Snap is away. Looking to pass. Pass across the middle. Has his guy. It's Tyler West. West gets taken down.
There's a fumble.
Ball is out, but West picks it up. I think he was on the ground before the ball came out, and he picked it up again anyway, so Crimson remains in possession. But the ball goes down to about the 23.
That was a great 15-yard in route that time by West, and Barbin put the ball right on the numbers. That was 53 that made a nice tackle.
Well, a flag's going to bring it back. So there was a call back here at the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring it back again.
Well, that's a huge play because that was a big pickup. So that'll make it, 3rd down and about 20.
Well, the hold happened way back there, so it's 10 yards from where the penalty happened. It's going to be about 3rd and 25.
Yeah.
It's looking like from the 37-yard line, the line to gain is the 37-yard line.
Wow, that's almost a 40-yard penalty right there. And you know, if you take the play.
Snap is away. Barban, deep pass. Does he have his guy out there? He got him.
That's Adamson right there on the big deep one.
Boston Adamson on your Jason bomb. Long bomb.
Yeah.
Look at this Holbrook asphalt replay here. He was kind of running away from it a little too much. He started to slow down. He had to catch it almost behind his head. Got it brought in. He's now inside that Cache Valley Bank red zone at the 15-yard line. Big play for the Mustangs.
Boy, and what a great job of adjusting to where the ball was. He slowed down not only his momentum, but he had to twist his body as he caught that play here as we end the first quarter. But Addison, he's their big play threat, and there they go. They got that one.
We'll take a break. Be back in a minute here for the second quarter from Crimson Cliffs High School on the Fan Sports Network.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Utah is growing in good ways, and Cache Valley Bank is growing with it. As our state grows, it doesn't forget its rugged roots or its frontier-blazing heritage. Neither will we. Cache Valley Bank outfits pioneers in business with the financial tools they need for the journey. We believe the grit and vision it takes to sustain a business is exactly what pioneering is all about. As Utah's financial outfitter, equipping bold ventures is our mission. Mountains await. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Utah is growing.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the second half of play here on the Fan Sports Network. Crimson and Cedar. We have one play that snuck away from us there to start off the second. It was an incomplete pass. Only took 5 seconds off the clock. But the score here, 6-0 Mustangs over the Reds, and the Mustangs in scoring territory. It's a 2nd and 10 now from the 15-yard line. Barban takes a snap, looking to pass, gets it off to the flat, wrapped up immediately, and taken down is Owen Peterson.
Yeah, that was a great play by number 2. That's Damian McGarvey. I've called his name a few times tonight for Cedar. Just read that play really well. They tried to do a little quick hitter in the flat, and he read the play really quickly and made a nice tackle to bring up a 3rd and long now.
Well, one of our new sponsors is Nets on Fire. Their sponsor is our local lookout here, where we look at all the scores across Region 10. Across town in Desert Hills, they lead 21-0 over Pineview. And in Hurricane, Dixie leads 21-0 as well.
Wow.
I think Nets on Fire for sponsoring that. Barban looking to pass, drop back, pressure coming. He evades it somehow, still gets the pass away, and he's got his guy, McCord Christiansen at the 5, jukes the guy in for the touchdown.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Barban alluded about
We are Utah's financial
getting
outfit.
pressure. They flushed him to the right. He jukes back left. He bought himself about probably 10 good seconds till he found him. And just a great effort to get into the end zone. So just like that, Cliffs and Cliffs is up 2 touchdowns.
If you're at home watching on the fansportsnetwork.com or region10sports.tv, looking at that Holbrook Asphalt replay, just a beautiful play from Crimson. Tough defense by the Reds as the kick is up and good for the extra point, making it 13-0
Yeah, it's hard to be mad at the coverage by the Reds. I mean, he was blanketed. They blanketed all the receivers there for the longest time, and Barban was running for his life, and he just was a little Houdini back there and ended up finding Christian Jansen open in the flat, and just like that, they're up 2 scores. And if you're Cedar, you know, you're shaking your head a little bit thinking, man, we could have stopped him on that one.
Well, across town as well, we talked about Desert Hills leading. Tyden Morris, running back over there for Desert Hills, he has already, he's got 2 touchdowns, but he's rushed for over 1,000 yards on the season.
Wow.
Which is tough. That's tough to do, and so he was able to pull that off.
That Desert Hills offense is starting to really peak right now. They've been putting a lot of points on the board.
When he already has over 100 yards in the game, and it's only the second quarter over there. So
man,
he's a powerhouse, that kid is. So
we need to shut him down and save him for a couple weeks, you know, in the playoffs. So you don't want any fluke things happening.
UD and Associates kickoff here, Crimson to Cedar. Remember, UD and Associates, your local American Family Insurance agency here in St. George. That one goes back to the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20 for Cedar to start over again on offense.
Boy, Caden, I'm impressed with the kicker for Crimson. He's got a leg, I'll tell you. Is that Ty Ottenshot?
That's Ottenshot. Yeah, he's got a cannon for a leg.
He sure does. Every one of his balls tonight have been in the end zone, 7 to 8, 9 yards deep, and he's got a great leg.
Well, this Crimson defense, so far they have 1 pick on the night. Outside of that, they do have a bunch of stops as well as Lunt fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and he's going to get held up by a bunch of Mustangs.
Yeah, that time Lunt faked the wide receiver and the reverse action that they try to run there, and picked up 2-3 yards just running it up in the middle there. But it's tough sledding up there against Haas and Andrus and big number 97 for Crimson. That's Rowan Williams. You know, those guys are doing a great job tonight.
Snap is away. Lunt back to pass. He's going to go deep with it. Tipped away. Getting a hand on it was Charles Morby.
Boy, if he could have let him just a little more, he had to stop. Morby had to stop and had him wide open. Unfortunately, just underthrew him. That could have been a big gainer there because he
had just underthrown there.
Yeah.
Was that Ammon York out there that was on that reception?
Oh, that was Connor Hardman.
Or was it
9.
Hardman?
Yeah.
Hardman out there. Snaps away. Lunt across the side. Little thrown behind the receiver. That was Traden Elliott, the intended receiver, thrown just behind him a little bit. Brings up 4th down already.
Yeah, I wonder if Lunt's gotten a little bit rattled by the pressure that he's been getting, because that second to last throw was underthrown. This one was thrown behind the receiver, so he might need to take a minute just to regroup. They might want to talk to him and say, hey, let's shake it off and take a deep breath and try to move forward.
Snaps away, and here's the punt. It's got some distance to it. Tyler West picks it up at the 46.
They must tell him, just call fair catch, because, again, I think he could have got 5, 6,
he can
maybe
get
10
some yards on it, but they're not letting him take that leash off for whatever reason. So, well, they actually bring it out to the 47 for the Mustangs, so they'll start right about on their logo, pretty close to the logo at midfield. 10 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. It's 13-0 Mustangs over the Reds so far in this one. And the Mustangs now looking to start another drive with First Credit Union first down, see if they can get more points on the board.
Yeah.
Snap is away. Handoff. It's to Pallion. He takes it across the left side. Down past the 45 to the 40, out of bounds at about the 37.
Boy, that was a great job that time by number 66, the left tackle. He sealed the end, allowing Topalian to get outside, and then he juked one of the Cedar defenders and allowed him to get upfield for another 10, 11 yards. So great play call on this opening drive.
No, he gave it.
First Credit Union first down. Remember, First Credit Union is your first choice for credit union in Southern Utah. Find them on North Bluff Street here in St. George. Snap is away. Pitched it away to Connor Kell, who's going to get wrapped up and taken down immediately. It's number 80 for the Reds on that one. That's Aiden Pa'ua.
Yeah, Pa'ua, he did a great job. I don't know if you noticed, but he stood the defense or right tackle up, shoveled his feet to stop the ball carrier, and then threw the offensive lineman down and made the tackle. That was impressive.
Second down, 12 to go from the 40. Lost the 2 on that last one. Snap is away. Handoff up the middle. Gets those yards back and a few more. That's Mason Topalian.
Again, they just went off that left side. They're really utilizing their strength on that left side between the guard and the tackle there. Big number 67 for Crimson. That's Stone Hansen. He got a nice drive, a nice push. And number 66, Conley Ulrich, just moving the Cedar Red defenders backwards.
Snap is away. Barban back to pass. Some pressure coming up the middle. He gets a pass off the middle. Does he have his guy? Touchdown to Childs.
Oh,
and he dropped it?
Oh, no.
Let's see if we can catch that replay here. See what happened.
I thought he took a couple steps with it.
I thought he did too.
That was a perfectly
Let's check it out
ball.
as he gets it. Oh, and he does. He does lose it. No touchdown.
I jinxed him.
I thought he had it there, but then the ball hit the turf. You're right.
I jinxed him by saying he told his dad before the game he was going to have a big gain. Oh, man.
Tough break for Childs. He did have a wide open touchdown look, and he just bobbled it around.
All right, Chase, I promise next time I won't say anything.
Fourth down now, and they're going to go for it. 4th and 6. 4th and 5 about, actually. Looks like Cedar's going to call a Fabulous Freddy's timeout. We'll take a quick 30 seconds ourselves on this Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous timeout. We'll be back after this on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
More than you pay for.
Welcome back into the action here on the Fan Sports Network. Caden Formaster here and Keith Curtis tonight on the broadcast. Well, so far tonight here in this one, we've had 2 Findlay Hyundai touchdowns to get things started, both of which from the Mustangs. It's a score right now of 13-0 on the Wilkes House Lighting scoreboard. But a reminder that for every touchdown, Findlay Hyundai will donate to Neighborhood Connection. They feed a child for a month for every single touchdown. So far, we've got 2 of them. Let's see if we can get a few more.
Yeah, we'll always take a few more. Help fill that bus up. And, Caden, I've been impressed with Barban tonight. He's been on point as far as throwing the ball tonight. Looks really good and accurate, and he's got a lot of zip on that ball.
They could probably have at least one more, obviously, as this snap is away, pass up the middle. It's enough for a first down and quite a bit more.
That
is over to Owen Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson he ran a 15-yard in route. They've run that play a couple of times to West earlier on another drive. This time they went to Peterson. He hung on as he took a big hit from the free safety. But
and right on cue, like you mentioned, still Barban is just on point right now with his passing.
He looked really good. There was no pressure that time, so it was a nice throw and catch.
U First Credit Union first down, dropping it back to pass again is Barban up the middle. Is it a touchdown? It is. Peterson again.
Yeah, almost the same exact play, Caden, and they just threaded it in there right in front of the strong safety. And again, Barban just zipped that right over the top of the linebacker in front of the strong safety, and just like that, they're up 3 scores now. Crimson's got it rolling.
Going for that PAT Ottenshot, looking to get the extra point on the board here. Again, that is another Findlay Hyundai touchdown.
For Peterson, that's his 2nd touchdown on the year.
Ottenshot gets it to go through, so we have ourselves a score now of 20-0 Mustangs over the Reds. Here with 8 minutes left to go in the first half.
it's over, but it's going to be a tough battle to come back now for Cedar. Unfortunately, they need to get some positive things going on offense. They need to get a sustained drive, get the ball into the Crimson Cliffs, field territory, and they just need to start looking at it that way. Let's take baby steps as we get some momentum building here, and then maybe they can take a shot or two and get that ball in the end zone.
Well, coming up here shortly, another UD and Associates kickoff as the Mustangs will kick off again to the Reds. Now, remember, the Mustangs won the toss. They'll defer when we get into the third quarter, into that second half. And so as of right now, they're doing a lot of kicking off themselves, but they will be receiving the ball later after halftime. So
it's kind of scary if they could get a quick score right before half and then get the ball in and score. It could really go downhill quick.
Shorter kickoff this time. Received at the 5-yard line by Elliott. Elliott brings it across the 20, and he's finally wrapped up and brought down by the Mustangs. That's Caden Madsen there on the tackle.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Did he drag his foot as he was coming through? He's been booming them all night, and that time he just popped it up a little.
Maybe he just wanted to give him something to do on the kick return,
I like that.
Maybe he just got bored of sending it, First Credit Union first down here for the Reds. Colton Lund takes the snap, off to pass, gets it away, wrapped up immediately and taken down as Stockton Albrecht.
Yeah, it was just a quick hitter, a little 5-yard curl route by Albrecht. But again, it's positive yardage on first down. That's what you like to see, and try to slow down that pass rush from the Mustangs.
Yep, so 5-yard gainer. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now. Now you look at time of possession, and Crimson Cliffs really has just been kind of holding on to this football and taking control of this game on offense. Handoff. Oh, it hit hard, but he rolls out of it somehow and still keeps on going. Good gain there. Wow. Hey, that's a powerful play there by Raftery.
Yeah, he's just a junior. They faked the end around, but Raftery got hit, clogged up by Andrus in the middle there, but he bounced off, spun around, and then got upfield, and I think he picked up the first down. So good, tough 5-yard run.
That's a kid that can take a hit, though, man. That was pretty solid.
Initially, I thought he got laid out. I was like, ooh.
So, yeah, Jordan Raftery on that big play right there. Snap is away. Lunt to pass. Across the middle.
Boy,
and there's going to be a flag. Yeah, pass interference call against Crimson. A little bumping going on there. That was number 5, Brock Baker.
No, that's the right call, though. Baker had his left arm on his hip, and then he kind of turned him a little bit. So, and I think if he hadn't, he would have slipped through there and maybe had a big play. Might have even scored.
Well, it was a good look from Lunt. I mean, that was the right play to make from the quarterback. He definitely had the right guy downfield, but that pass interference. And again, there is a flag down at the line of scrimmage as well. So the officials kind of have to confer a little bit.
Well, they're talking to the Cedar coach about.
Well, one was talking over here to Lofapo, one was talking over there to Bennett. So
I'm just making dinner plans for later.
Coordinating between sidelines. Yeah. Hey, everybody, where are we going?
Where are we going? We'll hit a banquet room or something,
Well, as of right now, the ball isn't moving. I don't know if this is going to be an offsetting penalty or what. Let's see.
Oh, they're on.
They are both on the defense. So it's a hands to the face call.
That's against Hawes.
Yep, that was against Caden Hawes. Now, obviously, we talked about the one against Baker. That one was declined, but the hands to the face one, I mean, really, it's a 15-yard penalty no matter what, so it's just pick your poison on which 15-yard penalty you want to take, right?
I think I would have taken it on the DB because you don't want to upset Hawes. He's a big man down there, and if he gets ticked off,
he's going to start getting back to your quarterback. You don't want that, right? We'll see what happens here. It's a First Credit Union first down. They crossed into Mustang territory on the 48-yard line. The Reds moving the ball here. Snaps away. Lunt hands it off to Crenshaw, who goes up the middle with it.
He's
going to be stuffed up. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that's Parker Andrus, 54 in there. We also had a few other people from Crimson, but Parker Andrus just plugged that one up. There was no sledding in between the center and the guard there.
And then expect Parker Andrus at the end of this season to be nominated as a first team. So
yeah.
he really is just that good on defense, and he's been one of the names that we call constantly
all the time
in Region 10 is Parker Andrus. Snaps away. Lunt gets the pass away. Oh, and nearly intercepted.
Boy, that
right into the hands there
Connor Hardman
of Brayson Phillips.
Oh, was that Phillips that it went
Phillips
through?
was number 42 that it kind of hit him right in the chest.
Yeah. That was, and then I think it ricocheted and it kind of just surprised Phillips, and he was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, intended for Connor Hardman.
Yeah, Phillips was a little surprised that Hardman didn't catch it.
Yeah. So it's 3rd and 10. Snap is away. Lunt looking to pass, gets it off. Does he have his guy? It's there. Did he bring it down?
Oh, they knocked it out.
Oh, and he dropped it.
Oh.
Big play. It was right there.
Traden Elliott went up at the high point. He was thrown in between two receivers, and Elliott was coming down with the ball. It was a great job by the defensive back for Crimson. I think that was 29.
Is that Braden Smith?
Yeah, Braden Smith, and he just knocked it out as he was falling down. So what a great play for the young sophomore.
It's 4th down. The offense still hanging out there on the field with just over 6 minutes left to play here in this half. Mustangs are leading 20-0. Looks like they might be taking another. Yep, I was going to say, it looks like they might be taking another timeout. So with that timeout, we'll take another one ourselves. It's a Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout break. 30 seconds and be back with you for more on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Welcome back to Crimson Cliffs High School here on the Fan Sports Network. The Mustangs leading 20-0 over the Cedar Reds. The Reds took a shot downfield. It was so close, but that Mustang defense being a little pesky, getting in there and breaking up the pass. It brings up 4th and 11 here coming out of a Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Cedar can dial up here. They got 4th and 11, so they need a big chunk play. Curious to see if they're going to try to go deep or they're going to try to do like a screen or something that way to try to pick up that yardage.
On 4th down, they're going for it. Lunt dropping back to pass. It's picked. Going the other way if it's the Mustangs. That's Phillips again. Brayson Phillips takes it all the way down into red territory, and he goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Brayson Phillips with what could be a Morgan Pest Control defensive play.
Yeah, it's just a great play. He dropped back into the zone. I don't think Lund even saw him because he just turned around, looked right at his receiver. That was number 9, Connor Hardman, and he threw it right to Brayson Phillips. That was an easy pick for Phillips.
Well, it's a bear paw of the game turnover right there, so
I could use a bear paw breakfast right now.
What's your go-to breakfast food?
Ooh, I like a good stack of pancakes.
I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Barban, pass across the middle. Oh, and it's picked. Going the other way if it's the Reds. This is Ammon York taking it all the way down to the 45. One pick to another. Another bear paw of the game right there.
We were just saying how well Barban was throwing the ball, but this one was behind West, and he got his left hand up, but it knocked it right to York, and great reaction by York, and he goes upfield for an extra 30, 40 yards there, so Cedar might get some momentum here.
Cedar wasn't ready to be done with the ball yet. So, hey, that's big because the Mustangs were already in scoring territory. And by the way, there seems to be an injured player out there on the field. We can't quite tell who it is yet, but the Cedar staff is out there along with the medical staff for the Mustangs.
Do you know what team it is?
I can't
Cedar
tell.
player?
It looks like it might be a white jersey, but it's tough to say. They've got a crowd around them right now, so. And our camera is not positioned on it right now. Okay, it was a Cedar player, yep.
Yeah, that was number 24, Jaden Orr. He's a sophomore. Looks like he got nicked up, but he's up walking off, and he's rubbing some dirt on it. He's good to go.
Yeah, heading over to the sideline. He'll get a quick look over and be back out, I'm sure. Well, again, this Cedar offense is going to be coming back out onto the field to start a fresh set of downs in a weird turn of events.
Yeah, that happened so quickly. It was bang, bang, in 2 plays. We had 2 interceptions, and, Cedar gets the ball back, almost back to where they originally were when they threw their interception. So, it's almost like you just got a new first down. You start over.
Kind of, right? I mean, that's how it goes. So snap is away. It's a handoff. Crenshaw goes with it up the middle. Big gain for Crenshaw down to the line to gain, and it looks like he gets enough. 10-yard run there for Crenshaw, and he'll move the sticks.
Yeah, great play call that time. They just ran a draw play. And Crenshaw picked his way up through the middle there, cut it to the right, and ran over a couple guys, and that's his strongest run of the night there.
Another U First Credit Union first down here for the Reds. Snaps away. Rolling out to his left, passes away, gets it for a first down and more. It's Stockton Albrecht, and he gets brought down to the 26-yard line.
I like that play call.
Pickup.
Yeah, Caden, they roll him to his left, and the quarterback's left-handed, so it's in his throwing motion, and then they just run a 16-yard curl route right in the middle of the zone defense, and Albrecht picks up the first down, gets a few more yards, so great play call.
The Reds set, ready to go again. Snap is away. Lunt to pass. Pressure got to him, but he gets the pass away and is picked up and taken down as Ammon York.
Yeah, nicely placed. Boy, that just barely got over the fingertips of the linebacker in the zone there, and York picked it up off the carpet almost. And again, that's a 9-yard gain on that deep out route. So Cedar's got some momentum going here.
2nd and 1. 4:53 left on the clock. 20-0. Mustangs are leading this one. Keeping it himself, but no gain. Wrapped up by 3 Mustangs on that one is Coden Lunt and brought down.
Boy, that was, again, a very well. It was read so well by Parker Andrus. He read Lunt, and he saw that he didn't give him to him on the fly sweep motion and just stood him up right there for about a yard loss.
So 3rd and 1. .4:15 left on the clock here in the first half of play.
Look, they were trying to draw Crimson offsides.
To draw a little offsides there. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Enough for a first down.
Yeah, that was a great push up front by the left guard and the left tackle for Cedar. That's number 73. We got to give him a shout out. That's Alexander Weaver, the big senior. He got a good push on Luke Messenger for Crimson, and they just found a crease there and picked up a first down.
On the run was Traden Elliott. U First Credit Union first down inside of the Cache Valley Bank red zone now.
Looks like Crimson's going to blitz. They got 2 guys lined up on the right side of the line. They're coming.
Yeah, they could be sending a 5-man blitz right here. Let's see what they do. Snaps away, and he loses it. Lunt dives on top of it, just saving the play. But that does bring them back quite a ways down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they just lost 11.5, 12 yards there on that snap because of that snap. But they were bringing the house, Crimson was, and if they could have got the snap clean, the wide receiver just did a little curl route. He was wide open if he could have hit him.
Brings up 2nd down, 23 to go. Lunt takes a snap, dropping back. Passes away.
Oh, my goodness.
Into traffic.
That's got to be a flag. I don't know.
That was a big hit, and he's
unconscious.
That's Traden Elliott, and he is out.
Caden, that was 97, Rowan Williams, and he did not give him a chance to really catch that. I'm shocked that there's not a flag.
You and me both. And one of the coaches out there to talk to him about it, because that was rough.
Just watch the replay right here. 21, watch his head snap. See that? He did not even have it. And the ref's standing right there.
Yeah.
Not even
that is
watching it. My goodness.
Wow. Yeah, that's a whiplash if I've ever seen it, for sure.
And now you got the head referee talking to that guy who was standing right there, and he's
like, "What did you see?"
He's like, "You got to."
So you want to turn the screen and say, "Watch our replay."
Yeah.
See what happened.
He had his head down. He had no clue what was going on.
No, that is that was a tough shot right there.
Well, and I don't mean to single out a referee or anything like that, but he's got to have his head on a swivel, especially when that ball's in the air like that.
Well, then also, it's a defenseless player, too.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten the ball yet. If anything, number one, pass interference call. Number two, you're looking at, you're targeting whatever.
Yep.
There's a lot of calls that could have been made there, and I'm surprised there's not a single flag on the field.
Well, Caden, the scary thing is the receiver. He hasn't moved yet. That's what worries me.
No, and they're starting to sit him up now.
Oh, good.
Which is good. That means he's conscious.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way that his arms were just up, in that position
almost
for
a fetal position.
Yeah, that he was just stuck from where he got hit. It's scary. It's got to be very scary. Again, that's Traden Elliott, who's made some big plays already. They got him on his feet, but getting an arm underneath him, and they'll try to get him across over to the sidelines. He is moving.
It's classy to see Coach Alifo out there just checking in on him. I was glad to see that, because that was a vicious, vicious hit.
So he'll head off to the sidelines, Traden Elliott will, and I would safely assume we're not seeing him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think that is more than safe to assume.
And somehow there was no flag called. There was nothing. That is just insane.
Yeah.
So we keep rolling. Cedar with the ball. Coden Lund takes the snap. He's dropping the pass. Gets pass off deep. And it is broken up by the Mustangs, intended for Albrecht.
That was a great job by Jay Sweeten. He's a junior back there at the strong safety position. He saw where the play was going and made a nice play at the last moment there to knock it away to hold him down to 4th down now. Looks like they're going to try to kick a field goal, Caden. They must have a good
you want to get points on the board where you can, right?
Sure, yeah.
From there, my guess it's going to be about a 44-yarder.
Yeah, 45 maybe.
See where they line them up. It's about a 44 and a half. We'll give him a 45. We'll make it.
If he makes it, it's a 45er.
I like calling that a 45.
Absolutely.
Snaps away. Here's the kick. It's up, and
I think he got
had enough juice.
Yeah.
It's there. Got it to go.
Parker, is it Kusifer? Is that how you say his last name? What a boot. That kid's got a leg.
We've got the Cedar coaches in the booth helping us with any pronunciation guides over here.
I don't know if I can say that over the air. I might get in trouble.
Either way, it's a good kick there for Cedar. They're on the board, 3 points. It's 20-3 now. Mustangs still holding on to that lead.
That's a positive thing. That's what we were talking about, taking little steps, and after that interception, they made that drive down the field. They got positive points out of it. Now maybe they can get another stop here before the half. That'll be a couple things they can build on going into halftime.
We're getting ready for a Union Associates kickoff here. The Reds will kick off to the Mustangs. Mustangs have 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in this half to make something happen with it. Remember, Mustangs coming out of our Rally Stop halftime show. We'll get the ball again. And so if they can get a score here, then maybe they can try to do it again to start the half. This sends it back to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, we got two kickers tonight that can really boot it. Christopher put that one about 8 yards deep, so I was impressed. That 47-yarder had some distance, too. He had another 5-6 yards.
Yeah. A couple good kickers here in this game, huh?
Yeah. That's one thing in high school football you're really starting to see a bigger emphasis. It's, you got to have a kicker that can make a field goal that'll win you a ball game in the last second, has some leg. And, back when I played, it was like, you had to be within the 20-yard line to even get it up and over the crossbar, you know. But I think they've done a good job recruiting the soccer kids and getting them involved and, a little more technique talk to them. So that's great. It's good to see that aspect of the game thriving.
Well, Barbin, pressure. There is a flag on the play, but he is taken down. That was number 37, Jordan Raftery.
That's right. He's our guy that likes to take a hit, and he likes to dish it out, too.
He can take a hit, and he can give a hit.
Yes, he can. What a great play. He just beat the left tackle on the play and brought him right down.
Well, we'll see what this flag is as well before we officially decide anything.
I'm wondering if it was a lineman downfield or something that way, because they're talking to the Cedar coach. Oh, it's a holding offense. Okay.
Holding on the offense. Well, they'll take the...
Well, the sack will move him back 5-6 yards. And they took the penalty. It'd be half the distance to the goal, so it'd probably be about the same. So now that it's second down, smart to decline it.
Yeah, just take it a second down that far back in the field. Hand off to Topalian. Topalian takes it up to about that original line of scrimmage. They give him maybe a couple yards more. So it'll now be 3rd down and 8.
Boy, we called this number 24, Jaden Orr. He made the stop there. Great job playing off the block. He's the one that got nicked up on that kickoff earlier and made a heck of a play right there. Looks like we got another penalty because Crimson is moving back to their own goal line. So here we go again.
Yeah, so we will replay second down.
It looks like the hold happened on the 10-yard line, so they're going to move this back to the 5.
Wow. All right. So, hey, second down from the 5-yard line. Crimson's got a 95-yard field to go. First down marker's at the 30, so it is first. Excuse me. It should be 2nd and 25.
Yeah.
The board says first, but it should be 2nd and 25. Snap is away. Barbin pass up the middle, and it is bobbled around in the hands of Connor Kell and lost. So it'll bring up now 3rd down.
Boy, as soon as we started ringing Barbin's praises, that was again a low throw, which got Kell running right into the defender. Now he's down. I mean, if you're Crimson, you want the win, but man, you can't afford to lose anybody for the playoff. And that looked like he might have hurt his neck area.
Yeah, that was well, and he's the one that already got hit once today. So this is his 2nd big hit.
I think that might be Kell's night.
He might need to go just. And you don't want to lose a guy like him before that you get into the playoffs either. You have a 20-3 lead. I know that's not super comfortable, but take what you can get. We'll take this moment real quick to thank our sponsor, Nets on Fire, for our local score update. Across town, Desert Hills heads into halftime. It's 35-0 Desert Hills over Pineview right now.
Boy, they got that offense rolling over there at Desert Hills. They're going to be tough. And they just moved up, for people that don't know, in the RPI ranking. They're now the #1 seed. So
in the RPI.
Yeah.
As well, going on over at the Dixie Hurricane game in Hurricane. Dixie kicked field goal on a 4th and 7 with 22 seconds left before halftime. It is 24-7 over there. Dixie leads, but Connor Kell a little woozy walking back to that sideline. He's not looking a little good.
They need to take his helmet.
They need to say, "Hey, you're done.
Yes,
you're done."
I mean, he's got two people holding him up. But yeah, he's
got to sit.
If we can see it from up here, we're old guys.
Yeah.
Well, I am. You're not.
My eyes are old. I need to get a new contact prescription. That's one thing I've learned this football season, is that I haven't been to the eye doctor in too long. Snaps away. Barbin to pass. Gets the pass away. did he get in bounds as Childs? And they will say that he made the catch.
Yeah, good job. That's just a nice 15-yard out route by Childs, and he dragged his toes to get that down in time, but that brings up 4th down and at least gives the punter some room not to punt from his own end zone.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, but you mentioned it before I got to it. Is the biggest thing is getting it out of the end zone for your punter. So the punter's sitting back there at the 3-yard line. Couple guys for Cedar back to receive on this one.
Ken, if they could get a couple of big plays right before half, they could maybe get another field goal or a touchdown before it's over.
Punt is away, nearly getting to it were the Reds. Fair catch. Ooh, falling on top of it. That was number 13, looks like, for the, or number 12. That was Logan. Say that again, Coach.
Weslowski. Yeah.
Weslowski.
Like Mike Migowski.
Wazowski, whatever.
Well, Caden, they got a minute 57 to work with, 1 timeout. You know, they got some good yardage last time. You know, they drove down the field. So let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes. Snap is away. Luntz to pass. Pressure getting to him. Big sack there. That was big number 97. Rowan Williams.
Well, Williams, we've called his name a few times tonight. He just came from the outside linebacker spot, and it came untouched. And they'll definitely feel that one tomorrow. I think if you ask Lunt right now, I think he's feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's probably not too happy with that one. Well, that brings up 2nd down. 17 to go. Lunt tries to find somewhere up the middle to go with it, but there was just nowhere to go.
Oh, I think they're going to call a late hit, personal foul. They had him stood up. Parker Andrus had him stopped, and a couple more guys jumped on. I think they might throw that in there as a late hit.
He came late, Trent stayed in.
Yep.
Late hit.
Starting to see that in the NFL, though, too. We saw that in the Raider game, you know, a personal foul on a tackle. Again, we saw it against the Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and the Falcons. I mean, it's...
In this situation, the pile was already down,
Yeah.
and he just came hopping on the pile. It's a player safety thing at a certain point, right?
Especially at the high school level. I totally get that.
And I mean, everyone was on the ground. You don't need to hop in on that pile. It's fine. You know, the play's done.
Yep.
You know, there's a reason why it was obviously a late hit play, right? There's a reason why.
Well, even though he lost yardage, they ended up with that penalty having now 2nd and about 6 for the 1st down. So it's still manageable.
Snap is away. Handoff. Crenshaw up the middle. Takes it across to the right side. Slips one tackle and falls down.
Boy, Crenshaw tried to go juke out to his right to the wide side of the field. If he'd have just got upfield, they would have had a 1st down. But because he tried to go wide, the defense was able to bring him down. And now they got a tough decision here. It's 4th and 2. That clock's still running.
Clock's still running. You got to go for it, obviously, but snaps away. Rolling out to his left. Oh, and he takes a hit. He's going to go down.
Well, that was great coverage that time by Crimson. There was nobody open downfield, and then as they rolled him out, Lund out to the left side, his natural throwing side, and just allowed enough time for the defensive line to get to him. Just like that, there's a turnover on down. So 1st down for Crimson at the 49.
So turnover on down, 49-yard line inside Cedar territories as Crimson offense hits back onto the field. 20-3, Mustangs lead on the Wilkeson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
I wouldn't be surprised, Caden, if they try to go deep to Adamson here, try to get a quick score.
Cedar takes their last and final timeout of the half. So we will take a quick timeout ourselves on this Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout. 30 seconds, and we will be back into the action here on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Well, 34 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Mustangs lead 20-3 over the Reds here on their senior night. We've seen an interesting first half. We've had 3 big turnovers, 2 of them happening one play right after another with a couple interceptions. Mustangs ended up on the board with a field goal after their last interception, brought it back down. Well, the Mustangs stopped a 4th down conversion from the Reds, so it gives them the ball at the 49-yard line in Cedar territory to start things off in a U First Credit Union first down with 34 seconds left to go in this half. Barbin takes a snap, pass across the middle, caught and brought down around the 30-yard line. That was number 11, Boston Adamson.
Again, just what I thought they would try to do. Adamson's kind of their speedster. He did a 20-yard in route, and Barbin just put it right over the middle linebacker who dropped into the zone and placed it in there perfectly. Barbin seems to do a little bit better on the deeper throws. He has a great touch, it seems like. At least tonight he looks phenomenal.
Yeah, if he's got an open guy, he can hit him downfield.
Yeah.
He's been getting those guys all night long. Well, the Mustangs take their first time out of the half, but we will keep it right here. And in this Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout, I want to thank Fabulous Freddy's for being a sponsor of Region 10 Athletics. They have a couple locations here in Southern Utah on River Road and on Bluff Street in St. George. So make sure to stop on by to Fabulous Freddy's.
Well, Caden, this could be like a dagger if they were able to score here. If they get a touchdown here and then get the ball back to start the third. Before you know it, this could be 36, 37-0. So this is a big 27 seconds if you're a Cedar fan.
Yeah, well, especially if the Mustangs can go up 27-0 heading into halftime. They'll get the ball back if they score on the drive coming back out of halftime. The next thing you know, it's, like you say, it is that big 30-point swing where it's a tough spot to come out of. So, well, Mustangs again with the ball. Barbin dropping to pass. Big pass outside the left side. Had his guy open, but overthrew it. It was intended for number 14, Tyler West.
Well, that was a nice play call that time. They ran West on kind of like a 5-yard out, but they an out and up. So it took a long time to develop. But if the pass would have been on the mark, he would have had a big gainer because he was open.
Brings up 2nd and 10. 22 seconds left on the clock. If you're the Mustangs right now, I say that's what you go for. Just get some deep passes downfield. Maybe try to get that first down, but at least keep the clock from running so you can get as many plays in as possible.
Yeah, that's true.
You do have 2 timeouts left, though, so it's not the worst thing in the world if you don't get out of bounds. Barbin takes the snap, pass across the middle to the end zone. Oh, and he's tripped up. No flags, nothing.
That was close.
It was very close. It was right there, but they kept it clean.
They tried to hit Boston Adamson again in the end zone. And it was good. Close coverage by number 8 for Cedar. That's Dante McGarvey. We got a couple of McGarveys on this team. We got to keep them straight. But again, great coverage and brings up 3rd down now with 16 seconds left.
Yep, it's 3rd and 10 situation here. Mustangs take the snap. Barbin to pass. Gets his guy. And it's Boston Adamson again inside the Cache Valley Bank red zone.
Yeah, just a nice little stop route. Adamson went about 12 yards stop. They threw the back shoulder pass that time, Barbin did, and just a nice throw and catch combination. And gives them, it looks like Crimson's going to call a timeout with 11 seconds here, trying to give themselves a couple of shots to get it in the end zone.
Coming up in our Rally Stop halftime show, we'll talk about the first half of play here from Crimson Cliffs High School as the Mustangs still leading this one 20-3. We'll see if they can get on the board in the next 11 seconds. But again, in the halftime show, going over this first half of play here, we'll talk about the scores from across the region as well and look forward to what the playoffs might be able to look like depending on how tonight turns out.
Yeah, it's coming more and more clearer. As we get through this first half, I think we have an idea of what the matchups are going to be and who's going to be traveling where, and what some of the potential matchups could be in the next round. This is a great time, so excited to go over that one.
Yep, and hey, we got to remember, even though we got games tonight, Region 11 in 4A play, they don't play till Friday.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of wait here in Southern Utah until the weekend to see where the playoffs actually lie. Snap is away to Barbin. Barbin gets the pass away into the corner. It's Boston Adamson again for the touchdown.
Boy, he just faked the, like he was going to run a corner or post route, and he ended up breaking it back down the sideline and tiptoed into the back corner there. Great throw by Barbin as he hit him right in the hands for the score.
Well, they got it done with 8 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 26-3. Looking for that extra point here to make it 27. Kick is up and good. 27-3. Crimson Cliffs over Cedar with 8 seconds left to go in the first half of play. So far in the first half, it's kind of been all Mustangs.
Yeah, Caden, we wondered how Crimson Cliffs would come out tonight after getting upset by Dixie. Would there be a hangover from that loss? And, they responded in their first drive with a score, and they are going to end the half here with 8 seconds left with a score. 27 points. I think they've answered that question, haven't they?
I think so. Well, again, it's a UD Associates kickoff. Again, with only 8 seconds left to go in this half.
Yeah, if I think you're Cedar, you just take the ball and take a knee, and let's get into halftime and regroup a little bit. And, circle the wagons, make sure you're on the same page, and put a game plan together for the second half. And if you're Crimson, you can expect to receive the ball in the second half, maybe get a quick score, and then start maybe thinking of the playoffs and playing some of your younger guys so you don't get your main starters nicked up.
Kick is away, but there are flags.
Yeah, they were offsides before he kicked it. A little too anxious to get down there.
They just want to get into the locker room for halftime, go get a drink of water, take a load off.
Yeah. Need a halftime snack, like when you're a kid in soccer.
Well, do you know what this does? It puts the ball at the 35. If I'm Ottenshot, I'm still going to try to send it to the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all you do. It's just another opportunity to send it to the end zone.
Yeah, this is when you go, we're up 24 points. I'm going to put this kick on my recruiting film, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Boot it. Go for it.
So you guys want a college kicker? Here I am.
Yep. I tell you, BYU needs a kicker right now.
You think they're getting done with, what's his face? I forget his name. Well, let's see how far he can get it downfield. Oh, shy. He got it down to the 8-yard line. But big time stop there. Crenshaw gets taken down at the 21.
Yeah, that was number 9, Luke Messenger, who made the special teams tackle there. And so 2 seconds, Caden. I don't think I would
just kneel the ball and head in for halftime. Don't try to do anything crazy. You don't want to. We've already had too many injured players in this game already. I know Connor Kell is sitting over there on the end of the bench with his head between his legs, just trying to stay conscious would be my guess at this point. He took a big shot earlier in the game.
Yeah,
and they are going to go with a handoff up the middle, but he'll be taken down, and that'll bring in halftime. So with halftime score here, it's Mustangs 27, the Cedar Reds 3. We're going to take a break before we head into our Rally Stop halftime show. So make sure you stick around for that and keep in right here on the action on the Fan Sports Network. 3-minute break, and we'll be back for the Rally Stop halftime show.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now. Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today.
Welcome back to the Fan Sports Network. It's Caden Formaster here and Keith Curtis. We're broadcasting live from Crimson Cliffs High School. The Mustangs taking on the Cedar Reds. The Mustangs currently leading 27-3. Thank you for joining us here for our Rally Stop halftime show. Rally Stop is a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics, and you can find them all over Southern Utah with locations in St. George and Cedar City. So when you take a halftime in your road trip or in your day, stop over by Rally Stop. All right, Keith, as we head into this one so far, here's some of the numbers for tonight right now. So total yards, total offense, Crimson Cliffs 279 yards, Cedar 66.
It's been a pretty dominant one-sided affair so far. Cedar took them a while to get going. They did have one decent drive that they got the 3 points on, but outside of that, Crimson has been in pretty much complete control.
They really have. Crimson passing yards is 222 of their 279, so the passing game is on right now for the Mustangs. Barbin is 15 of 25 on his pass attempts and completions. Well, and here's the other thing too, is Coden Lunt isn't really looking horrible either. I mean, he's 7 of 15, so he's just shy of that 50% mark, and some of those are on, right? They're close, they're right there, and if he can just get a little more in front or a little more juice on it, he's right there on some of them, they're close, then that number would be probably significantly higher. Again, he's just right there. So some of those, the defense from Crimson kind of got into play, but as of right now, I'd say that both quarterbacks have looked pretty decent. Barbin, though, has just looked dominant as far as his pass selection goes. He's finding the open guy.
Yeah, I thought early on he really looked sharp, and then he had a little lull in that second quarter, but he's really thrown the deep ball really accurately and done a nice job. Outside of that one interception, he's looked really good.
Yep, he's had 4 passing touchdowns, which we've only had 4 touchdowns, but 4 of the touchdowns tonight, all of them passing, to 1 interception. Right now, Coden Lunt is 0 for 2, 0 as in no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So definitely some quarterback numbers right there that we can take a look at and gain something off of. But here's the big number to me when we're looking at the stats here. 3rd down conversions. Right now, the Mustangs have converted 5 of 9.
Okay.
And the Reds have only converted 1 of 8.
Yeah.
That's a big number right there. 12% versus 55%.
If you're able to convert 60% of your 3rd downs, that's going to help keep drives alive and moving. And, as we've seen, Cedar's had their opportunities, but they just, that front 3 up front for Crimson, they are tough. Led by Parker Andrus. He's had a great game. And then you got 97 Williams, who's had a nice game off the outside linebacker spot. And it's just been tough sledding up front. Unfortunately for Cedar, they really haven't had much running room.
Well, and the tough break, too, is Traden Elliott for the Reds. He's kind of been their workhorse on the offensive side. Well, he took a big shot and went down. And I don't expect him to be coming back at all after the big shot that he took. And it was one of those that you and I both said, how is there not a flag on this play, right?
Yeah.
Just because of how intense it was. Well, he has 36 of their receiving yards and currently leads the team in receiving, and he's not going to be there at all for the second half.
Yeah, there's going to have to be somebody else that's going to have to step up for Cedar if they're going to see this, see if they can get anything going as far as offensively goes. I think they're going to have to go to Hardman a little bit more, and they're going to have to you really lean, I think, on Devin Crenshaw to try to get some yardage in the second half.
Well, Crenshaw so far has 7 rushing attempts for 26 yards. That's average out to 3.7. So he so far has taken a good chunk of those rushing attempts. The problem is that defense is getting to Coden Lunt. Lunt's had to run around 8 different times with the ball, and he's sitting at negative 23 yards rushing, and you can't do that right now if you're Cedar. That offensive line has to give him a little bit more protection to get some passes away. Those receivers got to get open, and Lunt just has to get rid of the ball. He's got to get rid of it faster because he's currently losing a lot of yardage. 23 yards lost is not great right now for Lunt.
Well, and what Crimson has done is they've really done a nice job mixing up their blitz packages too. You've seen like Williams get a free shot on a sack on the quarterback on Lunt, and then they'll turn around and blitz somebody from the middle linebacker spot. So they're doing a nice job disguising their blitzes and making it real challenging for Lunt to really pick that up and be effective.
Well, Boston Adamson right now is fighting for the Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game right now because he's got only 4 receptions but 97 yards, including one of them being a touchdown. So he's actually currently leading the team in receptions. But you know what? A lot of that has to do with Still Barbin. He's sharing the love between Adamson, Peterson, Childs. Topalian's had a pass thrown to him. Connor Kell, who we won't see again in this matchup tonight as he went out with injury as well. Tyler West, McCourt Christiansen, all of those different players that have been on the receiving end of one of Barbin's passes. Adamson, again, like I say, he's looking to break that 100-yard mark, currently sitting at 97.
Yeah, they've been really effective, offensively. They've gotten several people involved, and like you mentioned, Adamson's been the recipient of that last drive. He got about 40 of those 97 yards in that last drive alone. So really good ball distribution. I'm sure Coach Alipo is just thrilled with how the offense is kind of going right now because they're running the ball well with Topalian, and they're getting the ball out to multiple receivers. They spread it around the line. Just makes it harder to defend, and at this point, you just kind of want to put on cruise control and make sure nobody gets nicked up for going into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a 2-minute break. Coming up on the other side, let's take a look at what the bracket potentially could look like for the playoffs. That's coming up next here on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
More than you pay for.
Welcome back into the Rally Stop halftime show. Crimson Cliffs Mustangs leading this one 27-3 over the Cedar Reds. Caden Formaster, Keith Curtis with you on the broadcast. So let's take a look, Keith, at what the playoffs could look like after tonight through the first half of these games. So far, if things stick around to where they're at, again, the teams that are currently leading are leading pretty heftily. So, so we can make a pretty good assumption here of what it could look like. The three teams that are currently leading are also the same top three teams that would receive a bye in the first round of the playoffs, those being Crimson Cliffs here. They are currently sitting in the second seed. Desert Hills across town is leading as well. They're in the first seed, and Dixie.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I didn't know that Dixie had jumped Ridgeline, and so that would put all of the top seeds with the byes in Region 10, which is huge. That means second round that all the games would be played down here in southern Utah, which is fantastic. But as you mentioned, just to kind of give you an idea, in the first round, Desert Hills would get a bye, and then as things stayed exactly as they are now, it would be this Cedar team would host Logan. They're right now, Cedar is number 8, Logan is number 9 in the RPI. So Cedar would get a home playoff game. And then it would be Snow Canyon, who's right now at the 5 seed. And I'll be honest with you, Caden, they're not playing like a 1 seed. Yeah, they are. You do not want to play Snow Canyon right now. They're lighting up the scoreboard. They would get number 12 seed Bear River, and I beg to be just questioning what that score is going to end up. Bear River having to come 5 hours down here on a bus and try to stop that offense. That's going to be a real tough call. Yeah, and then the winner of that game would end up getting the number 2 seed, which right now is Crimson. And then you have Skyview, who is right now at the 7th seed. They would play the 10 seed, which is Hurricane. So Hurricane would be the Region 10 team that would have to go up into Cache Valley to play Skyview. And then Mountain Crest would play Green Canyon, so 2 Region 11 teams would end up playing up there to see who would play Dixie. So it'll be interesting how this turns out. But if the way it's going, I don't see the RPI adjusting much. And
I don't either. And the thing is, Snow Canyon's done. They don't have a choice in the matter. Ridgeline does go and play against Box Elder coming up this weekend on Friday night. If they lose to Box Elder's not going to be an easy team to beat.
No, they're a 5A school.
Yeah,
right?
they're a bigger school. If they lose to Box Elder, that maybe gives Snow Canyon a chance to jump them and hop into that 4th spot. It's tough to say. We really don't know until it happens.
Yeah.
If that does happen, here's what the second round could look like.
Oh, yeah.
Because no matter what, at this point, Ridgeline and Snow Canyon are going to face each other in that second round. As long as they both win in the first round, I don't know why they wouldn't. Both of those teams are going to be going up against some lower-seeded teams that they, the two lowest-seeded teams of the 4A. They should win those games in theory.
Which is a rematch, right, from second week?
Yeah, if they see each other in the second round, that's a rematch of week 2 where Ridgeline got the best of Snow Canyon at home.
Yeah.
But if Snow Canyon could at least get the home field advantage again over Ridgeline, that might pay a little bit of dividends for them. They've already seen this team once. They're rolling right now. They will have 3 weeks of rest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that would go into it. Well, I mean, I guess they would have 1 week of play to get through that first round, but still, that's an interesting matchup to me in the second round is Snow Canyon Ridgeline. Could it be here in southern Utah? Could it be up north? We don't know yet. So
I don't think that Snow Canyon team is the same as what played Ridgeline in the second week. And I don't think Ridgeline's playing as good as they were at the beginning of the season either.
Right. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Just looking at their scores and kind of getting a feel for how that region's going. I mean, Skyview, they took it to them, to Ridgeline.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And Skyview is, they're a 7 seed? So, I mean, there's not much that separates them, but
still, it is something to look at, right? So, anyways, lots of things can happen in 4A play right now. But again, we thank you for joining us for our Rally Stop halftime show. Wrapping things up here as we head into the third quarter. Give us 30 seconds. We'll be back for that second half here on the Fan Sports Network.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
WholesalersPlus.com.
Getting things started here. It's the third quarter, getting ready to kick off. Now remember, the Reds going to be kicking off to the Mustangs. Mustangs holding on to that lead 27-3. So they will have a chance to get more points on the board. And, we'll see what the Mustangs can do with it. The Reds, though, have been kind of pesky. I know that the score is a little lopsided at 27-3, but the Reds have been pesky.
They have, and it's, they're not going to quit. I don't see them quitting and laying down, and they're going to keep fighting and clawing and trying to get back into this game. So I think it should be an interesting second half.
Here's your UD and Associates kickoff. It falls into the end zone. It'll be brought back out to the 20-yard line. Remember that UD and Associates, they are your choice for insurance agents here in St. George. American Family Insurance. So here we go. 12 minutes on the clock, getting ready to start that second half of play as this Mustang offense gets back out onto the field.
I was just looking down there to see if I could see Connor Kell at all, and I don't even see him out there, which is...
Yeah, I was hoping they were just like, hey, Mom, take him home. Or maybe go take him to the hospital to get him looked at. I don't know what their consensus is right now, but... he definitely should not be out there on the sideline. I'll give you that. Snap is away. Handoff. It's Christiansen. No gain. Getting stuffed up there by that Cedar defense.
Yeah, they tried to hit the left side of the line, and good job just filling the gaps that time. That was number 26 for Cedar on the stop. He was in there along with number 73. That's Alexander Weaver and Jacob Ellis. So great job to start the second half. Second and long.
Barbin set back to take the snap. Pass. Going out with it. Childs off of his hands. It's going to be 3rd and 10. He had a wide open Luke Childs.
He did. They tried to fit that ball in between McGarvey and York that time, in between the zone, and just a little too much height on that ball. Went right over the fingertips and out of bounds.
So again, 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. The Cedar defense doing what they need to do. They got a little bit of pressure back there on Barban on that last play and force this 3rd and 10.
Well, if they could get a 3 and out coming out of halftime, that would be huge.
Drop it back to pass. Pressure. He evades it, gets the pass away. It's blocked up into the air. And it's...
Looks like Barban caught his own pass. And they threw it out. I'm sorry, our camera got moved a little bit there quickly, and so we were just trying to figure it out. It's looking over the corner of the screen. But great job. That was number 5, I believe, for Cedar. That was Tyler Ogden. Got his hands up, knocked that ball in the air, right back into Barban's hands, and took him down.
The stat line is going to be weird on that when you see the Barban threw a pass to himself.
Yeah. For negative yardage.
For negative yardage. Well, the punting unit out on the field for the Mustangs. Low snap. Gets it off just barely. Just barely, and it falls and rolls, and it ends up being a pretty decent punt, actually getting into Cedar territory. Gets it down to the 46.
Boy, he just missed getting a fingertip on that punt. It was great pressure by the Reds. Unfortunately for them, they just weren't quite able to get there. But they will have great field position to start the second half.
Yeah, the Reds will start things off at the 46. That's a pretty good spot here. Pressure coming around is handed off to Crenshaw. Takes it right back to that original line of scrimmage.
Well, they're still going.
Still fighting. Does he get a couple extra? He does. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
Crenshaw did a nice job keeping his feet moving, and then a couple linemen jumped in there and said, "We'll help you, big fella." And they pushed him forward for about 3 or 4 yards. So,
well, Devin Crenshaw's a bit of a fighter out there. It's one thing I've said about the Reds is they've got some kids that'll fight for sure.
Yep.
Looking to pass his lunch. He's going to go out pretty deep with it. Oh, and it's broken up right into their hands.
Boy, that was a great play by Connor Hardman. Yeah, he got inside of the defensive back. That was in front of Brock Baker, and he made a great adjustment on the ball. It kind of underthrew him so he could slip in there. Just went right off his hands. He almost pulled it in.
So 3rd down, 8 to go. Snaps away. Lunt to pass. Pressure. Spikes it into the ground. It's going to be 4th down as that pressure is getting to him, and he did not want to take the sack again.
No, they were trying to set up the screen that time again. Unfortunately, there was too much pressure. They did again, and they disguised the blitz perfectly, and Lund had it just unloaded at Crenshaw's feet. There was no way they were getting that off.
So to bring up 4th down, the punting unit coming back out.
Well, a couple of stops, 3 and outs by both defenses coming out of halftime.
Yep. Punter for Cedar is Edgar Hernandez Hinojosa.
Oh, it's a fake.
They're faking it, going across the side and taken down. He took a bit of a hit. Again, that was
I think it's more of a knee
Jordan
issue.
Raftery.
Yeah, Raftery. He's the one that took a big hit early in the first half, made a nice run, but he kind of twisted that right knee.
He did.
He's like, "I'm not coming out, guys."
He hurried and got up, and he said, "Nope. We're going to try to keep playing. I don't care."
He's a tough kid. You
can see him kind of limping right now on the screen. If you're watching online on region10sports.tv,
I'm going to bet
stretching it out a little bit there.
I'm betting he's a wrestler in the wintertime.
He could be.
Because he's a tough dude. I'm telling you. He is one tough kid.
Well, taking over on downs, the Mustangs. High snap. Taking it across the middle is Chris Jansen. Brought down for a gain. Close to about 5. I think they'll give him right at 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5.
Boy, that was a good job Chris Jansen. He made Bennett miss. That was Bryson Bennett, the coach's son, shot through there. He had him stopped for a loss, but he slipped the tackle and got 5 yards, as you mentioned. So great run.
So 2nd and 5, Barban. Takes the snap, looking to pass, across the middle, has his guy, he's going for it, he's down to the 10. Owen Peterson
Boy, that was a heck of a throw there. That time he Barban threaded the needle over the linebacker, and York was right there to sandwich Peterson, and he squirrels that in there into a real tight window. And Peterson, with great hands, eluded a tackler.
Yeah. And he kind of bobbled it a little bit at first, but he was able to suck it in and keep going for a big gain. One of our Jason Bomb Equity Home Loans long bombs of the game.
Peterson's had a nice night. They've hit him probably 4, 5, 6, half dozen times.
Yep.
He's shown great hands, and again, a nice throw by Barban in tight coverage.
Puts him inside the Cache Valley Bank red zone. It is a 1st and goal situation from the 8-yard line. Handoff to Topalian. He cuts inside, wrapped up and taken down. Short gain on the play of about 2 yards.
There's our guy, number 37. We talked about him. That's Jordan Raftery. He's fighting out there. He slowed Topalian up, and then a couple other Cedar Reds came in there, and so he's not giving up.
Well, penalty that goes against the Mustangs will end up pushing them back away. So it's going to be a 1st and goal again, but this time 1st and goal
from the 13.
13.
Yeah.
It looks like where they put them.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Was it just a motion type penalty?
Must have been.
Yeah. Well, if you're Cedar, you almost maybe decline it and go with 2nd down and goal, but that's all right.
I understand it either way.
Yeah.
Snaps away, looking to pass to the end zone. Childs got it with pressure from McGarvey. He still gets it through. Let's watch that Holbrook Asphalt replay.
That was impressive. Childs just nonchalantly acted like it wasn't even coming to him. Then the last second, he puts his arms up, and it dropped right in the bucket.
Right in the pocket. That's a Finley Hyundai touchdown. Puts 33 on the board for the Mustangs. We are well over, by the way, our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. So 5 ounces at Yogurtland is yours. Head on over there tonight for the Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. Extra point is up, and it is good. Let's make it 35-3. The Mustangs, or excuse me, 34-3 with the Mustangs on the board.
I think Childs made up for that earlier drop in the end zone in that first half there. So that was a beautiful catch there. And Barban, again, he dropped that one in the bucket. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great pass. It's one of our, that's got to be contender for an AWP playmaker play of the game right there, right?
Yeah, we got a few to choose from. I mean, you got the Adamson bomb right before the half, tiptoeing down the sideline. We got this one here, the 3rd quarter. I mean, we got a few we could definitely choose from.
Yeah, for sure. Remember, Appliance Wholesalers Plus, you can find them right here in Southern Utah off of the Bloomington exit, kind of tucked back in behind the Flying J. You can go find them. They have some great appliances at wholesaler price. Beautiful showroom. Go talk to them. They'll get you taken care of. Big proud supporters of Region 10 athletics.
If you know where Modern Warriors is, they're right next to Modern Warriors there, up against the base of the hill.
Yep. Big kick out.
That's out of bounds.
Does it go out of bounds? It does. Yeah, they'll throw the flag on that one.
He's got to be. It's like he's got to be getting tired though, Caden. I mean, he's been kicking off. Well, that's his 8th one, 7th one. He had the opening kickoff.
At least six, right?
Yeah, he's getting tired.
Well, with 8:27 left to go in this one, the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard has a big old 3-4 for the Mustangs and only a 3 for the Reds. So, and I believe we're in the zone for a running clock at this point. We got to be getting close, right?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what is that cutoff threshold when they start doing that?
It's definitely close, as there's a handoff up the middle from the Reds. Stuffed up at about a 2-yard gain is Devin Crenshaw.
Well, that's a tough 2 yards, too, and then he ran into both linebackers. That was number 32 in on the stop that time for Crimson. And then his buddies, that was Rigby Moss, and then a bunch of others started gang tackling. So that's a tough 2 yards. Tough sledding up there.
2nd down and 8 to go. There's a snap, handoff again to Crenshaw, takes it up the middle, has a gap this time, and he's wrapped up. and brought down after he crosses the 40. So it'll bring up 3rd and 3. Good wrap up there by Jordan Phillips.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I thought he was going to get a lot more yards, and next thing you know, Phillips is draped all over him and rode him down. You almost looked like a rodeo move there or something.
So again, 3rd down, 3 to go for the Reds. We're going to pass. Tipped. Oh, and it drops.
Boy, that's unfortunate. Connor Hardman, he had the first down yardage. It just went right through his hands.
Yeah. Well, and Brayson Phillips was right there, and it just went over the top of his outstretched hand for the pick.
Yeah, it bounced off his hands, Hardman's hands, off his helmet, and almost right into Phillips' hands. So that was a close one.
The one, if you're Cedar, you almost want to take the break of not throwing an interception there, and now you have the chance to punt it downfield. You don't want to give the Mustangs the ball inside your own territory.
Looks like on that question on the clock, Caden, is once you are ahead 34 points, it
okay,
goes.
So if there's another score, an almost blocked punt. West bobbles it, loses it. There's a flag on the play.
Well, I think
he got it back, but
yeah, he did. But you got a block in the back that time by number 5, Jordan Eaton on the return.
Or no, that's a Baker.
Or Baker, yeah. Sorry, Eaton. I'm sorry, I got those two mixed up. But yeah, we were saying West, you got to catch it and run. Well, he tried that time and he bobbled it and fumbled it. So maybe that's why they're telling him not to run with it. Got a little too excited.
Maybe.
Thanks for my rule and analyst from big Region 10 Sports TV. My big friend over here giving me all the rules about the running clock. So
gotta love Dusty over here.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember your first name, Dusty.
Dusty's doing the producer work and giving us the rules and everything. But hey, we do want to thank Dusty and Region10sports.tv for giving us the stream. If you are listening on radio, you can watch the game live as well. Head on over to Region10sports.tv and catch this game live.
We got Dusty working hard tonight. He's doing rule stuff. He's doing the cameras. He's got all the commercial. Man, he's working hard.
Snaps away. It's a handoff to Pallian up the middle with it and brought down. He goes down at the 21-yard line. The Mustangs starting things off at the 20. They're more like the 18-yard line starting things off. So it's a short gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that tackle that time, that was by number 52, Matthew Villaroe on the stop. So nice job by him.
2 receivers on either side of the line for the Mustangs. Snap is away, looking to pass. Barbin, pressure coming, he rolls out to the left. He's going to keep it himself and run with it. Trying to get towards that first down marker, but he's going to be short.
Boy, that's good pressure by Villaroe. He came around the right end there. Had an arm on Barbin, but Barbin was able to slip it. Picked up close to 7 yards.
Oh, they're moving the chains. I thought he was just short, but he did extend that football out, so they'll give it to him.
They were real generous with that spot.
I thought he was about a yard shy of that, but
I think the ref's saying, hey, I want some Applebee's or something. I got to get home, you know. Man.
Well, I am curious about that. You know, we talked about the running clock. That was a running play, and he went out of bounds with it, and the clock is running. So maybe they just said, whatever. It's fine. We'll just let the clock run. Snaps away, looking to pass. Nope, fakes it. It's going to be a handoff to Pallian. Finds a gap, goes through it, and short gain. It's taken down by Tyler Ogden.
This is coming back. I mean, there's a hold about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so this will be a 13-yard penalty for Crimson. These are the things that are going to drive Coach Alipo nuts. Is the holding penalties or the fumble on a punt, or the fundamental things are going to drive him crazy.
Yeah, sure enough. Going to push him back. Now, after penalties, it's still first down. Just it's going to be like a 1st and 22.
Yeah, Crimson's done a good job though on these long first downs throughout the game, so they're just going to air it out.
Barbin looking to pass. He has Childs downfield. Got him in stride. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, the 10, and he will walk it in for a Findlay Hyundai touchdown. Luke Childs on a Jason Baum long bomb.
Well, that's Childs' second here in the second half, and that was a beauty. I mean, Barbin just let it rip. He threw it from the 10, and it landed on the opposite side about the 45, so that's a 40-plus yard bomb right there.
That's a good shot downfield.
What a great throw and catch there.
Well, there's Luke Childs' big game.
Yeah.
He said he was feeling it.
Well, he made up for that one for sure now. Well, we can give him the rest of the night off.
Ty Ottenshot going for the extra point here. The score 40-3. An extra point here would make it 41, and it does. 41-3 Mustangs.
Okay, and that's his 5th touchdown on the year. He averages over 20 yards a catch, Luke Childs does. He's their big play guy. Now, him and Addison are a deadly combination between the big play.
So again, 41-3, Mustangs leading this one. They will be kicking off here shortly to the Reds again. And if you're the Reds, what do you do in the situation right now?
Well, you kind of know the play. You're going to get a home playoff game the way it looks like. If I'm the Reds, it's 41-3. I play all my younger guys. Seriously. I know that sounds bad, but at this point, why risk getting anybody else hurt like what happened earlier in the first half to that Albrecht kid? I would maybe just put in my younger guys, JV guys, and give them some reps because it'll only help them in the future. And then you just lick your wounds and get ready for your playoff game.
So Ty Ottenshot going to be kicking off for the Mustangs. Reds back to receive. Again, it's 41-3 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. It's a short kick.
That's a lineman.
He's starting to lose a little on those.
Yeah.
He took a big hit and just kept on rolling with it.
That was Lane Houchen. He's a sophomore. He's a big kid.
Hey, that's a good catch, too.
Yeah.
You know, they always make the jokes about lineman hands. Well, hey, if I'm a lineman, I want his hands. He
put him in the backfield.
Some good touch on that one.
give him a little fullback action and hand the ball off to that big fella.
Yeah, let him take it. Why not?
Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, usually you don't want those linemen catching that ball, but he has nice hands.
Yeah, no problems at all.
He's probably a power forward on the basketball team or something.
Defensive shift. Lunt to pass. Pressure getting to him. He's going to keep it himself. Runs up the middle and slides. Big hit coming.
They could throw the flag.
Ooh, I was going to say, he thought about it, and then he kind of held on to it, but 2 flags do come out, so a little late hit.
Okay, and what worries me, though, is the main referee threw the flag, and it took the main referee that missed the call earlier in the game, it took him like 20 minutes to throw his flag out. I'm not singling that guy out, but he's got to be a little bit quicker.
And another flag is thrown.
Yeah, I think you're going to get unsportsmanlike on Crimson from the bench.
Yeah, Coach Alofopo's out there. Well, it was interesting, too. You mentioned the officials, and again, I don't want to critique officials too much, but the one that was right on the action kind of reached for his belt, and he stopped, and then he saw the other flag hitting the ground, and the second he saw the other flag hit the ground, he's like, all right, I'll
better throw it. Yeah. Well, I think they're going to get another one now on top of it because another unsportsmanlike on the Crimson bench. So, sideline warning. Okay. I was like...
You know, and to be fair, it was a late hit. I understand why the original flag was thrown, you know. A millisecond, right?
Yeah.
A millisecond late. And here they go marching it downfield again. So, well, with the flags, it was, I mean, this is a 30-plus yard swing right now.
In that one play, Cedar got 34 yards out of it. So that's, for them, that's a positive.
Take what you can get.
Yeah.
Take what you can get. All right, well, the Reds into Mustang territory now after some flags and an immediate sack on Coden Lunt. He got wrapped up and taken down. That was
let's see, who was that? Number 97, Rowan Williams again?
Yeah, Rowan Williams. We called his name a lot tonight. And again, they just blitz him from the outside linebacker spot. He gets a running start. And they tried to stop him with Devin Crenshaw, and he just ran him right into the quarterback and brought him down. Just overpowered him.
Again, 41-3, the Mustangs lead this one on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard in the third quarter right now with 4.5 left to play. 2nd and 16 for the Reds. Lunt takes a snap. He's looking to pass. Passes off to the left side. He has his guy. It's a first down and more. Gets it to Ammon York, who goes out of bounds.
Yeah, beautiful throw that time. They were in a deep cover 2 zone, and they did a nice job of just lofting it up over the top of the linebacker, finding the hole in the zone, and then York picked up an additional 10, 12 yards down the sideline. So beautiful throw and catch. Cedar is driving.
Cedar inching their way on a U-First Credit Union first down. Handoff up the middle. Crenshaw breaks his way through for a decent gain. He finds his way into the Cache Valley Bank red zone.
Yeah, that time he just found a crease there between the guard and the center on the left side. And he ran hard that time. They were able to trip him up after he's 5 yards down the field. So great hard run.
Snap is away on a 2nd and 6. Lunt keeps it himself. He's stuffed up after a short gain.
Well, that snap was a little low and on the ground there and kind of threw the timing off the play. So he just made the best out of it. Picked up 3 yards, so now it's 3rd and 2 as they get closer to that 10-yard line.
3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter.
Man, Dusty, I can't believe I forgot your name on air. That's terrible.
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. So the ball on the 15-yard line. Snap is away. Lunt looking to pass. Gets it across the middle, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Ammon York.
Boy, that was a great time.
Jace Sweeten was the one that got back there to break it up.
Lunt did a nice job. He shuffled to his left just a little bit, bought some time for York to get open, and he eluded a would-be tackler, threw it right in there, but just a great play on York to knock it away at the last second.
It's a 4th and 3. They're going to go for it. See if the Reds can get that first down at least. Pressure gets there to Lunt. Did he get it complete?
Yeah, they're calling it complete.
Ammon York at the 5.
Yeah, right at the 5.
Right at the 5.
They ran that same play as they did the play before. Lunt just got it up just a little more, and York used his body to shield off the free safety, number 1, Jay Sweeten. So 1st and goal for the Reds.
On your Holbrook asphalt replay, got a good shot there of that shot right across the middle. So here goes, fresh set of downs. 1st and goal from the 5. Lunt takes the snap, pressure coming at him, pass across, and it is broken up, incomplete. Again, Sweeten in on that defensively. Pass intended for Connor Hardman.
Yeah, that was timing just off a little bit on that pass play. They brought a blitz, Crimson did, to try to rush Lunt into that throw, which they did just enough to make that a very difficult catch. So 2nd down from the 5.
Snap is away. Handoff. Crenshaw with a short gain of about a yard.
Yeah, they tried to run that draw play. They've been pretty successful in running that so far tonight and picked up a couple of yards, but Crimson's tightening the screws down on that interior defense, and so we got 3rd and about 4 now to get this into the end zone. We're almost here to the end of the third quarter, Caden.
Yeah, 30 seconds left to go to the end of the third, so we're just kind of creeping right along here with this one. Snap is away. Looking to pass. pass off to the side. It is incomplete. Wide open Crenshaw, but a little underthrown.
That's great play design. They went to the wide side of the field, had trips out to the left. Then they motioned Crenshaw out there. They send the 3 receivers and flood the inside of the end zone, and Crenshaw was open. And if he could have came up with that, he probably would have been close to scoring.
Pretty close. Well, hey, that brings up the end of the third, so we will head into the fourth. Here in just a bit, we'll take a 1-minute break and be back with you for that fourth quarter coming up on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
First Credit Union, proudly serving the community for 66 years.
Welcome back into the action here. Crimson Cliffs Mustangs taking on the Cedar Reds. Current score 41-3 is the Reds trying to punch it into the end zone on a 4th down play. Snap is away. Pass to the corner.
Oh, he got him.
Did he get it?
Yes.
They got him.
There they go. Hardman. Connor Hardman stuck that right toe in there right before the line, and it was really good coverage by Crimson on the, it looks like number 3 for Crimson. He was on the coverage. That was Charles Morby. But Hardman stuck a big toe in there before he went out of bounds, and the Reds are on the board.
Finley Hyundai touchdown for the Reds. Brings it up to 9. Looking for the extra point here to bring it up just a little more into double digits. Snap is away. It's a little low, but the kick is off, and it looks to be good, and it is. So 10 on the board now for the Reds to 41.
You know, that was beautiful timing on that little fade route there on the touchdown. They did a nice job, Lunt did, as far as finding the right location where to get, he had enough room to get the feet down in and bring that ball in. So beautiful play. Those are little things right there, Caden, that they can build on as they, watch film and try to prepare themselves for their upcoming playoff game, that they can, get some used to moving forward and get some momentum offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what you want to see. And at this point in the game where it's, it is a little out of hand, right? You just got to get those points. Get what you can, right? Still try to make big plays. You're not trying to go for a win at this point. You're just trying to, like I said before, be a little pesky.
Yeah. That and try to avoid any major injuries in here, folks. So.
The kick is away and falls into the hands that are around the 6-yard line of Topalian. He bumps off a bunch of people. He's at the 40 already. He's at the 50. Dropped down around the 44. Mason Topalian with a great kick return. Picked it up at about the 5, brought it all the way back to the 44 inside Cedar territory.
Boy, when he spun out of that thing at about the 33, I was like, oh, there's nobody going to catch him. I thought he was going to go, but the kicker for Cedar did a nice job of kind of pinning him against the sideline, allowing him to, or forcing him to reverse field, and allowed other Cedar defenders to get him.
For those watching on region10sports.tv, there's your replay presented by Holbrook Asphalt. You can see Topalian weaving his way through traffic all the way down to the 44.
Yeah.
So those get started right in front of us on a U-First Credit Union first down.
Looks like they got a injured player down for Crimson about the 27-yard line there.
And
it's a Cedar red, actually.
Yeah, it is a Cedar player.
Number 8.
Yeah, that's a Dante McGarvey.
The other McGarvey. Yeah, Damien and Dante. Yeah, double D.
Yeah. Well, he seems to be walking off all right under his own power, so that's what you always want to see.
Yes. I was just looking at that. It looks like Damien McGarvey, number 2. He's a senior, and Dante is a junior. So I'm sure they had a little sibling rivalry growing up. You know, a year apart. Talk about being pesky. I'm sure they went after it a few times. So
you got to, right?
That's right.
It's part of being brothers.
That is.
All right, set up for a U-First Credit Union first down on the Mustangs. Barban takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Topalian had the legs on that return, so he says, give it again. Let's try it. He falls forward for a gain of 2.
Got 2 yards. That was a nice play by 76 Lane Houchen for Cedar. He's the nose guard and their 3-man down line in front there. And he did a nice job just playing off the center and making a stop. And that'll be it for Barban. He comes off the oh, no, I thought he was.
He's just coming to get a play.
Yeah, he's just coming to get a play. I thought they were going to pull him.
He's talking to the coordinator saying, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, really.
Mustangs leading 41-10 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard with 11 minutes left in this game. Barban takes a snap. Looking to pass. Goes deep with it. Oh, overthrown. Intended for Boston Adamson.
Okay, and I'm a little surprised. I got to be honest. This is the old school in me coming out. You're up 31 points, and you're trying to air it out and score more. You know, it's like.
Yeah, just put it on the ground in the fourth quarter.
I know. Why are they?
That's what I always like to see is just, hey, you know what? Give it to Christiansen, give it to Topalian, run a sweep here and there. Just keep it on the ground, keep the clock running. No need to run up a score.
I mean, I hate to say it, but this is when karma usually comes back to bite you.
Yeah, you got to be tough there. Pressure getting there. He slips out of it, passes off. Gets it to Topalian, who gets down to and out of bounds at the 25. It's enough for a first down and more. He gains about 15 or so on that one.
Yeah, great job.
15 to 20.
Barban eluded the first rusher for Cedar, and they got good pressure on him initially, but he got out of that one, found Topalian out in the left flat, and Topalian did the rest of the work.
So yeah, with the ball spotted at the 25-yard line. Barban takes the snap, hands it off to Topalian. He's at the 20. He's at the 15 to the 10. Out of bounds at the 7 or 8. They'll put him at the 8. It's a U-First Credit Union first down for Topalian and the Mustangs.
Great job by Topalian. They had initial pressure coming right up the middle. They blitzed the middle linebacker, number 5 for Cedar, but he was able to give him a little stiff arm. And then 10 yards down the line, he gave him another stiff arm before he ran out of bounds. So Topalian running hard.
First and goal at the 8-yard line inside the Cache Valley Bank red zone.
Great job of getting a hat on a hat up front by Crimson that last run.
Handoff again, Topalian up the middle, wrapped up and taken down for a short gain of 3.
Boy, again, number 5 comes shooting in there. That's Tyler Ogden for Cedar. He's missed him twice, diving at his ankles. He's got to go a little higher, maybe try to take his knees out. Not take the knee out, but try to just,
Try to get him low. Try to get him low.
A little higher target. I'm not trying to initiate dirty play here, Well, one thing about it, Caden, they're running the ball now and just keeps that clock rolling. I like
that. I like that too. I will not complain about a running clock. So they handed off as well to Topalian. He got close to that goal line, about the 2-yard line, before he got wrapped up. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 to go.
They'll mark him on the 2.5-yard line. And so just curious, if you don't pick up the touchdown here, it's 4th down. Do you kick it or do you go for it?
I'm not the one to rack up a score, so I just say just get your guaranteed points and give them a chance at the 20-yard line, starting off on the next possession, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could go for it, and that gives them a long field to go for if you don't score. You don't need to score. So, I don't know. I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
But if you do score, it looks bad.
I know. I know. I just think, oh, don't do that.
Fake the handoff, a little pass off to the side. It's going to go in for a touchdown. That was number 21, Mason Topalian.
Well, again, nice play design that time by Barb, and he fakes the dive in there and just has a wide open little flat pass, and he could just walk in. So Cedar did a nice job trying to bunch it up inside to stop the run, and didn't have anybody left to cover the flat.
Well, that brings another Findlay Hyundai touchdown. The extra point coming up shortly. Currently 47-10, PAT pending.
One of those, and here's the thing, Caden.
There's a flag on the extra point. The kick was good, but a flag comes, and it comes after. See what.
Must have been in the neutral zone or something, or everybody's walking off to the benches. They're like, it must not be too important, so. Or they'll assess it on the kickoff or something that way.
Yeah, we'll see what it is.
Well, the other thing I would say, Caden, you've got a commanding lead, 37 points. You still got your starters out there. I get it, it's senior night.
Yeah.
But this game is in hand. There's not.
No, I mean, 48-10, just with 7:43 left to go in this one.
I'd almost say, you know what? You need to learn to dial it back a little bit. Because part of the sportsmanship is like, you don't want to rub people's noses in it, because it usually conjures up feelings to where it could get a little bit dicey. You know what I mean? And then you take the risk of a player on your own team being in a situation that you really don't want them to be in, and you got the playoffs in a week, and I don't know. I guess I'm too old school.
Fair enough.
I'll stop whining.
Yeah, so whatever the penalty was, it did go against the Reds. It goes on the kickoff, so they're kicking off from the 45 in Cedar territory. Ooh. At this point, this is when I say you just try to do field goal practice. And
let's see if you can
kick
get
a
one.
55-yarder.
There it is. He's got a chance.
Got it. And it's good.
Yeah, he had the distance.
The kick is good by Ottenshot, says the PA announcer. That's funny. Well, hey, across town, our Nets on fire. Our local score update. Desert Hills gets the win. It's 42-14 over the Panthers.
Ooh. Boy, it's been a tough year, unfortunately, for Pineview fans there. Last year they were preseason ranked #1, and this year it's been a pretty tough little go.
Handoff. It's Crenshaw. He is wrapped up at the feet and taken down after a 6-yard gain to the 26-yard line.
I was just trying to see if everything stays the same, where Pineview will end up going. Oh, they'd play Ridgeline in the first round, wouldn't they?
Yep. They'll either play Ridgeline or if Ridgeline loses, it may be Snow Canyon.
Okay.
Pressure getting to him. Lunt rolls out of it. He gets back close to that original line to gain. I think they'll be generous and give it to him. So it'll be 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, they were a little generous on that one, but that's all right. It's 4th quarter. Give him a positive yard on the play.
Might as well. Well, now it's finally getting to that point where it's starting to cool off. It's a nice 75 degrees. Handoff. Crenshaw's got enough for a 1st down.
There he goes. That was a nice run.
Good 10-yard run there. 9 yards. 9 yards for Devin Crenshaw.
Simple little draw play that time. And they've run that play multiple times tonight. And he's been able to pick up some positive yardage a couple times on that play.
Three receivers on the right, one on the left. Lunt looking to pass. He's going to take it himself. Gets tripped up and taken down. Gain of only a yard.
Yeah, it was good coverage that time by the Crimson defense, the DBs. It looks like they're starting to swap out now. They're starters with some younger players now. And
one of them is saying, I want to be that Jersey Mike sub of the game.
Yeah.
Give me a chance, coach. Let me make a big play.
Fighting for that sandwich.
Second down, 9 to go for the Reds. Snap is away. Pass off to the side. Crenshaw.
Ooh.
Puts a good hit there on the defense.
Boy, he picked up that ball, turned up field, and he's like, okay, if you're going to tackle me, I'm going to lay my hand right in between your numbers.
He put one down on Josh Alvey.
He sure did. Alvey's just a young sophomore, and he'll remember that one tomorrow.
But he'll probably say, Coach, I made the tackle.
Yeah.
That's what matters. Snaps away, and he drops on the ground, but picks it up, hands off to Crenshaw. Crenshaw, first down and more, past the 50. Big hit and taken down. It was Bronson Plum on the hit.
Yeah, nice job by that time by Lunt not to panic as he dropped the low snap. He got it up there so that not to panic, but Crenshaw could get a hold of it and pick up about 15 yards.
Ball on the 49 inside of Mustang territory. The Reds moving the ball along now. Snaps away. Lunt looking to pass. Gets one off deep. Oh, and he almost had his guy. It was intended for Hammond York, and it was just right about there. He got it down to him at the 10-yard line, but the coverage by number 12, Trevor Peacock.
Yeah, he made up the distance that he needed to get there right at the last minute. It was a beautifully thrown ball. He just needed to air it out a little bit more, and Peacock probably wouldn't have had a chance on it. But again, great recovery by Peacock to knock that ball down.
Snap away, pressure coming. Stockton Albrecht gets past the 40. Oh, and he slips past again down to the 30. Finally brought down at about the 22.
Yeah, nice little slip receiver screen pass that time, and Albrecht did his job by eluding a few tacklers and turned in a nice 20, 25-yard game. And you can tell there's a little bit of difference with the kids that got in there now. Crimson, you can tell these are the younger kids. They're all, looks like the sophomores are in there, and
yeah,
a little bit different than going up against those starters.
Looks like we've got an injured player out there on the field.
His holding looks like I thought it was back, but maybe it's just
Carson Vaught. Yeah, he might just be cramping. He's shaking his head, whatever it is. I mean, he seems more frustrated with it than he is in pain. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, he's up and moving now.
Vaught, he's a junior for this Crimson Club. They got a lot of juniors, don't they? Coming back next year. They're going to be another tough team again next year.
This team does have a lot of guys that are rotating through. You know, last year we were kind of worried because number one, Crimson wasn't the strongest team in Region 10 last year.
Yeah.
And they lost a lot of guys, so it was like, wow, what does that leave for Crimson? Where does that put them? You know, and I know coming into preseason, a lot of people counted them out, and here they are. After tonight, will be co-region champions. Pressure getting to Lunt on the blitz. He gets it off to Albrecht. Albrecht put on the brakes, lost one tackler, but gets taken down really close to that line to gain, about a yard shy. But he finds his way into the Cache Valley Bank red zone. So they will move the chains. Yeah. They'll move it. They'll put him at the 12-yard line.
They're like, he worked hard for that extra half a yard. We're going to give it to him. So.
Snap is away. Looking to pass the end zone.
Oh,
He's got him. Touchdown, Cedar Reds.
Put him on the board.
That touchdown was to Stockton Albrecht.
Boy, he's been a workhorse on this drive. I think he's hit him on like 3 or 4 passes.
I know.
Nice job that time by Lunt. He zipped that one in there. Pretty tight coverage that time. Bring that in and get the 6 points on the scoreboard.
(48-16) PAT pending. Kick is up. It is good. The Reds get another point on the board. It's 48-17. That was another Findlay Hyundai touchdown as well. So tonight we've got a lot of donations to Neighborhood Connection.
Fill up that bus.
Fill up the bus, exactly. Well, and again, hey, the Mustangs crossed that 25-point threshold, so that means you can head on over to Yogurtland, get 5 ounces of frozen yogurt free, courtesy of Holbrook Asphalt. It's their big score dessert. Anytime that a team in Region 10 scores over 25 points, you get rewarded with some Yogurtland.
I love me a little raspberry yogurt.
A little raspberry, huh?
Oh yeah.
See, and I'm more of a like a cheesecake flavor. Ooh, that's some good stuff right there.
You like the richer stuff. See,
I do like rich stuff.
I'm just a
good
simple,
sweet birthday cake flavor. You know?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
I'm definitely gonna have to swing by there tonight on the way home and just
throw some caramel on top, maybe some sour gummy worms or something.
You like to really dress it.
I want all the toppings.
See, I can't have anything floating around in mine. It's got to be.
It's just got to be pure.
Yeah. If not, it's like no bueno.
I love it. UD Associates kickoff, and it's going for an onside kick. It's recovered by the Mustangs, and they take it out across the 40 to the 30, taken out at the 10.
What an athletic play by Luke Messenger.
Luke Messenger.
He jumped up and high pointed that ball and over the top of two Cedar Red guys because they couldn't touch it till it went 10 yards. And as soon as he grabbed it, he took off running and he almost scored. That was impressive. Get him some yogurt.
Mom, take him to Yogurtland after the game, huh?
What do you think, Big Dusty? Does he deserve some yogurt after that one?
Dusty said, yeah.
I got the nod.
Well, let's see where they end up spotting the ball. I think the officials are a little confused on where they want to put it, but
it's the 25 there, unless there was a penalty.
Yeah, no, the one side judge is like, right here, bud. Let's put it down. So they put it down to the 28-yard line.
Looks like number 19 is in for quarterback for Crimson. That's Ryder Sherritt. He's a young sophomore.
It's going to get these sophomores some reps. Sherritt with the handoff. Up the middle on that run was number 24, Bronson Plum. So it's nice to see some of these sophomores and juniors getting some time. Sherritt is sophomore, Plum is junior.
Yeah. It only helps your program going for. That's why I was a little surprised they had their starters in so long. I mean, you could have got some valuable reps for these kids that are young.
Yeah.
Just keep the enthusiasm going, because you know during the playoffs you're not going to have these kind of games. You hit the quarters and semis and whatnot. It's going to be tough.
Snap his way. Handoff again is Plum. Takes it back to about a yard in, so it'll bring up 3rd and 2. We're getting real close to that 2-minute mark. Again, 48-17 Mustangs going to take this one for the win, and with that win, co-region champions with the Snow Canyon Warriors.
You know, that's what you want. You know, that was the goal at the beginning of the season, I'm sure, is they wanted to be region champs. Well, they earned that tonight. So kudos to them, and those seniors that have put in all that effort, they deserve a lot of credit, I'll tell you.
Oh, snap is over the head of Sherritt. Sherritt falls on top of it. He loses it. Actually, it falls into the hands of the Reds.
Boy, that went right through his hands, and then he dove on it, and it went behind his back, and he couldn't find that slippery pig.
Jake Evans for the Reds falls on top of it. He gets it right at the 30-yard line, so the Reds offense will take over now.
Well, again, you know, 1:36 left. I know they've got their 2nd or 3rd string out there for Cedar as well. So, you know, hey, when he's 30 years old, he'll be telling his kids, I had a strip, fumble, sack, you know, and the story will just get bigger and bigger. But
yeah, it's fishtails, right?
Yeah.
So So ball on the 30-yard line. The Reds take over on a U-First Credit Union first down. 1:15 on the clock. They've put in some different guys as well. You got Spencer Bell out there at the quarterback position. Bell takes a snap. He's going to hand it off. Taken across the 35, down to about the 40. Maybe gets that line to gain was Jordan Raftery.
Yeah, Raftery, he's ran a few times tonight. He runs hard. We've seen him pick up some tough yardage. You've seen him take a hit on defense. He's a tough kid. He's playing defensive tackle in their 3-man set and running back. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
Well, just under 40 seconds left in this one. The Mustangs will get the win here. Current score is 48-17. Coming up next in the post-game show, we'll be going over the stats from the game and handing out our awards before we wrap things up here with our last game of the regular season. It's crazy, Keith.
Yeah, I can't believe it's here already. My goodness.
Bell with a beautiful pass across the middle, and Ammon York is going for it. He's at the 10, and he's in for a touchdown.
Well, you like to see that. That was a strike. Well placed
Spencer Bell.
Yeah, very
with
nice.
Our Jason Baum long bomb. Let's check out that Holbrook Asphalt replay. He throws it from the 35, catches him in stride at the 50, and he takes it all the way into the house for a Finley Hyundai touchdown.
Well, again, I know there's a lot of young kids out there, but that was a perfectly thrown ball. I didn't even notice that that's another left-handed quarterback they got. So they got two.
They got two lefties.
Yeah.
Well, Bell is a junior, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Is that right? Is he a junior or sophomore?
He is a junior.
He's a junior. Extra point is up and good. He had some distance on that extra point too. That would have been good from 35.
I'm telling you, that kid's got a leg. When we saw him kick that 47-yarder early in the second quarter, that was impressive.
All right, well, with 11 seconds left to go in this one, the Reds find themselves on the board again, 48-24 right now. So I assume that will be our final score outside of some strange happenings in the next 11 seconds of gameplay.
Oh, yeah. Unless they break something here. And you know what, Kane, I just thought of this. Maybe the reason why they were keeping their starters in is they're trying to keep that RPI score up. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like, you just want to make sure that you're getting that. You got to solidify a win, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because, I mean, hey, they got within double. You know?
Yeah. So you score 48 points. That's pretty impressive.
That is an impressive outing right there. In this game, you know, wasn't as close as the score looks. Not saying the score is close necessarily, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
Just short little kick, falls in to the hands around the 10-yard line of Topalian. Topalian with 5 seconds on the clock, losing defenders, 3 seconds left, 2, and
that'll do it.
Is that enough for the game?
Yeah,
that'll give them enough for the game. Final score, 48-24, Crimson.
Well, congratulations to the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, your co-region champs for Region 10 2022. Well deserved.
Very well deserved. Well, we'll take a 2-minute break. Coming up next in the post-game show, let's talk about this game, break it down, and look forward to the playoffs. That's coming up in the post-game show here on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit HolbrookAsphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
More than you pay for.
Welcome back to the Fan Sports Network. Mustangs get the win 48-24 over the Cedar Reds. Keith, let's talk about this matchup.
Well, Caden, that was a great game tonight from Crimson Cliffs. We wondered how they would come out, and they did not disappoint. They wanted this region championship, and they came out, scored early and often, and they just kind of put their foot on the gas and really never let up. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, we talk about some stats here in our postgame show. Let's look at number one, just total offensive yards. I mean, we know Crimson put in the work here, put in the yards, right? 462 total yards. That's a lot of football fields that they ran right there. In passing yards alone, they had 364. So, I mean, you do the math. 98 rushing, that's still not bad, but throwing 364 passing, that's pretty good. 6 of them passing touchdowns, by the way. 6 passing touchdowns. So phenomenal job there by Crimson. And I'm going to give Cedar a little credit here. Towards the end of the game, some younger guys in, you know.
Yeah.
And they made some big plays towards the end of the game as well. Kind of beefed up some of those stats. They had 269 yards in total offense, 207 passing. So not too bad there towards the end of the game. That fourth quarter looked really good for the Reds as the Mustangs kind of brought in their secondary and tertiary units, right?
Yeah. Well, and I thought, as we mentioned in the broadcast, I thought Barvin really, that first half was on point. He was throwing the deep ball well, and, you know, they got things rolling. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, how they match up now. If it's going to be, you know, Skyview, who's going to be Hurricane in the second round, but you know they're going to be ready for the playoffs, and they're going to get a home game, so that's great for them.
Yep. Well, the team down there celebrating their region win. If you're hearing all the hoots and hollers, that's what it is they celebrating their region championship, and it is well deserved. And it's tough because Snow Canyon doesn't get the chance to sit out there and celebrate after a game where they get the bye week this week, but well deserved for both of these teams and for Crimson here tonight to get this win. And so yeah, again, hats off to them. Back to this game here, though. I'm going to hop into our Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game real quick. I personally feel like it needs to go to Steele Barbin at quarterback. He threw 6 touchdowns. He was at 62% completion rating, 364 passing yards. That's a really good stat line.
Yeah, it is.
And he even threw a pass to himself.
Yeah. Even though he got negative yardage, but he did get one.
Hey,
so a pass reception.
That's what it is.
But, you know, with those 6 touchdowns, that brings him up to 28 on the year. and he did have an INT tonight, so 7 interceptions. But really, that's a really strong ratio, 3-to-1 ratio, and he's getting stronger and stronger as the year's gone along. It's going to be exciting to see how he matches up here in the playoffs and how far he can lead this team.
Yeah,
I think it's they're going to be right there.
Right, and we're talking about our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. I want to hop into this real quick. Partially, I kind of want to go with the double interceptions from both teams. Okay. I mean, it was one of those where it's momentum shifts on both sides of the ball. I don't know if you want to give it to one side or the other specifically, but that at least has to be mentioned. Now, I don't want to actually give it to that specifically, but where I really want to give it is right at the beginning of the game. There was an interception that basically just gave the Mustangs a chance to get their first score of the game. It gave them the momentum to just push through. So that first interception on the first drive of the game, the Mustangs got an interception, and so I think that's really where it swung. There were some good defensive plays, but to me, that was our defensive play of the game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. That was big number 97, Rowan Williams. We called his name a lot. In fact,
yeah, we did.
He had a couple of hits that were very impressive. He was all over the field, and he's just a junior, Caden. I can't imagine what he's going to be like next year.
Yeah, he's going to be a force.
Yeah.
He's going to be a force indeed. Well, with that said, too, I mean, we're looking at our, we're talking player of the game, and I said still Barbin has it, but let's look at some guys that still put in a lot of work. Luke Childs, 5 receptions for 125 yards. He broke that limit, averaged 25 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. He's definitely up there as well. Again, Barbin just sat back there at quarterback and did everything right. Boston Adamson had a touchdown. Owen Peterson had a touchdown. Topalian had a touchdown. Chris Jansen had a touchdown. And that's just on the receiving side. Yeah. Topalian had another one in the rushing touchdown category as well. He rushed for 85 yards.
Caden, it's going to be scary how I just keep looking at all their big playmakers. Barbin's a junior. You look at Boston Adamson's a junior. He's their deep threat. You've got Luke Childs as a junior. These guys, these are scary good next year.
Yep.
They're co-region champs this year. Can you imagine what they're going to be next year?
Both of these teams have a lot of talent.
Parker Andrus, the big guy in the middle, is a junior. I'm just looking at this roster and I'm going, Caden Haas is a junior.
This is kind of like what we were talking about with Snow Canyon last year.
Yeah.
I remember looking at Snow Canyon's roster last year and thinking they got a lot of guys that are returning, and it proved it. Snow Canyon's co-region champs with Crimson. Well, Crimson's in that situation right now. They're good this year. What are they going to be next year?
It's going to be, and they're going to get bigger, faster, stronger. They're going to get more continuity playing. But we're looking at a replay here of the first interception of the game there.
Oh, this one was the one later in the game. Yeah. This one was one that was later by Phillips, I think was who that one was, right? Is that correct? Yeah, Brayson Phillips. Yeah. Who, again, another junior. Yeah. So those are our double interceptions, by the way, between Ammon York and Brayson Phillips that I was talking about if you're watching the replay on the Fan Sports Network. So anyways, with all that said, though, lots of great things that happened in this game from Crimson. Mistake here or there. We just saw that one interception.
Yeah.
You put in the young guys and lost a fumble. You can't be too upset about a lot of that, right?
No, you really can't. And I do want to give a shout out to the Cedar kicker. And so we were watching the seniors walk down the field this one last time, arm in arm with the coaches. Pretty cool experience as we get to watch it here with them.
Yep.
But I wanted to give a shout out to that kicker. He drilled a 47-yarder for Cedar.
He did.
It would have been good from probably 52, 53 yards. I thought that was impressive.
It was impressive. It was absolutely impressive. Well, all right. With that said, we're looking forward to the playoffs coming up. Now, of course, we don't have anything official yet. We still kind of have to wait for Regional 11 to finish. They all kind of have a bye week this week as they have a 6-team region, and And so they'll be finishing up their play this week. When that comes out, we'll be talking about it, of course, over on the Fan Sports Network. You can listen to The Drive from 7 to 9 a.m. And you can listen to From the Bleachers with myself and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. We're going to be talking about a lot of this playoff football coming up. We're going to look at those matchups and break them down next week, so make sure that you're tuning into those shows for that. But until then, the regular season, it's over.
I can't believe it. It feels like we just started. We got Dusty on board with our Region 10.tv folks, and we're in the playoffs already.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, guys, thank you for joining us here on the Fan Sports Network and on Region10sports.tv. Signing off here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.